Okay. Welcome to the live stream, guys. My good name is Warm Boy. Is it a good name? I just have caught myself saying that my good name is Warm Boy, and I just keep saying that. I don't know if it's a good name, but I believe it's a good one for me. So, wow. Welcome to the live stream. When you join in, kindly say hi. I should have done this before the show, but here we are. Okay, what's good? What's popping? And all of those great things. Wow. I need to screenshot that. Oh my god, this really looks good. Take a picture. Yeah, I just took a picture of myself. Um Lynn Hendricks, hey, welcome to the live stream. How are you doing? Oh my god, girl, it's been a long time since I saw you on the live stream. How is it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome to the live stream, everybody. Everybody, I have missed you. I think we've gone down this road. I went live today at 3 p.m. Kenyan time, and I did catch up with most of you all. But like for those of you who are not able to join, this is your time to shine. Hi, hi. How are you doing? How is it going? How have you been doing? How have your the last 1 week been for you? What have you been up to? You know, all those good things. My good name is Omboy. Thank you so much for being here. Honestly, I feel like this show is like a safe space for me because I just get to talk about anything. That's one thing about creating something or like being the the face behind the show, because it's like I get to take a break when I need to or when I have to. Wait a second, okay. I have some passion juice here. Ooh. Wow. This is a really nice drink. Tiffany. Hello, Tiffany. How are you doing? Where are you watching me from? Good to see you. And guys, you know what? Share the link of this live stream. Share with anybody that you think might want to watch or might need to watch. Share the link, guys. We need to get me to the watch hours. Rosemary Womboy. Hi, Rosemary. How are you doing? Good to see you. How is the going? How is the going? My good name is Womboy. Thank you so much for being here. Still on the catch up. Today I'm on the catch up mood. I don't know. We're gonna be catching up for the whole week. Okay. When you join into the live stream, kindly like the live stream. Shiro Queen says, I think you say hi. Okay. I have a laptop so I can be able to see whatever language you type in, but my phone, my thing just translates to English, and sometimes it does not translate. How is Estelle Nyaosi? How are you doing, Estelle? Good to see you. Welcome to the live stream. How is it going? Thank you so much for the likes, guys. Oh my god. You know what? I realized that I like live streaming. I feel like I usually come on here and I kind of get to share my life and do kind of like a little brain dump. You know, it's like, to be really honest, I realized that I use this channel so much for my own personal talk and all of that, things that I'm dealing with, this that I'm battling. Yep. You're a good streamer. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's a good. This is a really nice compliment. Oh, you're back. How have you been? Okay, personally, I'm good. I'm good, lean. I'm good, lean. It's just that I've missed you all. I've missed you all on the show. Not like I've missed you all on the show, but I feel like I have not been showing up enough. Did you watch the moon? No, I didn't. First of all, somebody said when I was live streaming today, somebody said that there's gonna be solar eclipse today, but my life have been too much these days to even think about the moon. I didn't. I wish I did. I wish I did. I wish I did. I wish I did. But for those of you who watched the moon, did you record? Uh, Okay, Agent says, hey, are you from Kenya? Yes, I am. How are you doing? And guys, like the live stream. Tumefika says, Momboy. Yeah, my name is Womboy. Lynn Hendrick says, yeah, okay. Oh, you recorded? Oh my God, I didn't get to witness that. I was just, uh, life have been a piece of work lately. It's good for me to be honest. Yeah. So it's like the last thing on my mind was thinking about the moon or all of that. I have serious issues going on with me right now. But thank you if you watched that. Daddy KBC all the way from Australia. Hey, one boy. Hey, you. How have you been? I think it's been a minute since I streamed that. Did you all miss me? Did you miss me? I know some people did, but did you? Always Rose says hi. It's surprising today that I'm getting a lot of women. I'm from America. What about you? I'm from Kenya. Which part of the Oh, are you from America, the continent, or are you from the US? And which state are you from? Lynn says, it did not really work for me because I did not have the special glasses. Okay. That's interesting. I think I saw somebody kind of like record and post it on Instagram, but yep. Honestly, to be really honest, when you're going through stuff in life, you can have things just pass by. You don't even think twice about it. Um, Lynn says, yes, I did. I'm back. Okay. Good to see you all. How would you describe, how is this month? Is it August? How is August taking you, or how is August going on your end? How would you describe August for you? I think for me, it's been a piece of work. I had traveled to the village. Yeah, I did travel to the, I was trying to count. Did August find me in the village or what? But I'm realizing no. But I think I've just been sick. A cold and all of that. Where are you from? Kenya. I'm from Kenya. Okay. Yeah, interesting. So I am so glad that most of you that we normally do the live stream with, those of you who show up every other day, I'm so glad that you all are still here. And I think like it's a pleasure to have you guys back. I'm in Spain right now. What are you doing in Spain, and what's interesting in Spain? Is is it hot? It's hot out there? Oh, okay. That's country from Africa. I'm from America, South America. Okay. Oh, you're from South America. You know, when you say you're from America, we all assume that you're from the US. Don't be serious. It's not a news report. Okay, and that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. You know, I get to do my live stream how I want to. So, haha. But thank you for your insights. Okay. Okay. I want to ask this question. What does successful life actually look like? Okay. Always Rose says bye. Okay. Uh, Lynn says it's very hot in Spain and it's like a very fun land. Okay. Would you want to move to Spain? Okay. What does successful life actually look like for you? Okay, let me put that on the screen. I think that would be really nice. Okay, what does successful life actually look like? Plus Mudami, hey, how are you doing? It's all hot in Europe. I'm in Germany, okay? I know it's supposed to be hot everywhere. Um, okay, what does successful life actually look like for you? And I think success is different for different people, but what does successful life actually look like for you? Plus Mudami, hey, Lynn says, I don't think so because, yeah, I don't know, but my Wi-Fi a little bad, so yeah. Okay, so the Wi-Fi in Netherlands is a little bit better. Okay, and I think that's a valid point. That's a valid point. Okay, you know, this today on the other live stream, I asked people, do you all think that moving to another country is does that thing mean that you're successful? Because out here, especially in Africa, when you move to Western countries, you're kind of considered to have maybe partially made it in life. And I asked a question: do you consider moving abroad to be successful? And I think we all agreed that like it's literally an illusion. You can make abroad anywhere, but at the same time, you have to look at the opportunities that come from being in different places. Okay, says Among. Okay, and guys, hope you're liking the live stream and subscribing. Saddam Hussein says, how are you, beautiful girl? I'm singing for me, only for this time, okay? You know what? Keep singing, keep singing. Uh, okay, yes. Okay, so Wi-Fi in Netherlands is a little bit better. To efficacy success in life, you have the right faith, finances, achieving your goals. For me, you know, I think we can talk about what success is to everybody, okay? But I think what I can say for me right now at this point in my life, because I also think that like success means different thing at different times in life, okay? For me right now, success is just being at peace, being calm. Okay. For me success also, okay, not necessarily owning a home, but being at a space where like I'm not renting. I think that would really be like success to me. But mostly I think peace and maybe having good health. Yeah. Oh god, this year have tested me. I have been going through so many different things at the same time, but haha, here we are. CJ, my good friend. Hey one boy. Hey you, how are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see. How is it going? Plus Mudami, hi. Chumivika says, I've liked you, but you very fast. Oh, I'm very fast. Ah, I don't know what we can do about that. It's like, I'm usually like that unless we change my personality. So that's what you get when you deal with me. Okay, I need to get my handkerchief because I have. Okay, here we go. Oh, you think I'm very fast? No, that's all about personality and stuff. So, haha. Woo! Um, Plus Mudami, hi. Eliud Murather, hi. Hey, Eliud. Good to see you. Amu Mahela says, among, if I'm growing in life, that's success. Ooh, if you're growing in life, okay. What is growth? You know, you have to ask yourself what's growth. Okay, honestly, I think this year, like, because this year honestly have been really not really tough, but it's like, first of all, when it comes to being sick, you know, actually, first of all, there's some parts of your body. This year actually started out by pulling out two of my teeth. Okay, uh, and sometimes you just see your mouth full of teeth and you don't appreciate that, you know. So I kind of have this feeling that even being in good health is a little bit of success, a little sprinkle of success here and there. But okay, okay, we are still doing catching up. This is still a catching up vlog. Okay, not vlog, live stream, catching up live stream. I'm still not, yeah, still not at 100 because of the cold, but at least we are somewhere. Okay. Uh, okay, wow. This is interesting. I was gonna ask what's one thing you want to accomplish before 30, but I realized some of you and most of you are not even, most of you are above 30, so maybe that's something that you can talk about. But see, let's just do it because I feel like there's people in their 20s like me. What's one thing you want to accomplish by that? Okay, Teresa says, if I marry a girl like you, that's success. Okay, but you just saw me. You just saw me. You don't know me. You know, you don't know me. JK. Oh, is it JK Best? Hey, beautiful. Hey, you. How are you doing? How is the going? Good to see you. You're beautiful. Thank you so much. And guys, when you join into the live stream, like the live stream, that would really help me out. Like the live stream. Okay. What's one thing you want to accomplish by 30? 30. 3 to the O. I think that is considered to be like a big number. Is a number where like most of us dread to get there. Okay. Tuemika says not exactly you, not exactly you like you. Oh, not exactly me like, okay, you just mean a girl. Okay, no, I do not share numbers here, so if that's your goal here, just quit. Okay. Okay. I know success for some people means getting married. Success for some people means having children. Uh, Success for others means not having children. Ooh. So I feel like it's different thing. Oh, oh Lord, I'm sleepy. I was used to sleeping early. Well, I used to stream for so many long hours before. Okay. Uh, Plus Mudami, hey, Mumbai, it's not impossible with you too. Where are you from? Oh, Kenya. Okay, how are you guys? Where are you guys from? Okay, we are still doing catching up, guys. I think tomorrow I'll be more acclimated and active on the live stream. Yep. Oh my lord, I don't know how long I'll last. I am feeling so sleepy. Like like where I don't know. CJ says, how cold is it in Nigeria today? I am not in Nigeria, CJ. You forgot my country. Nigeria. How cold is it? Anybody from Nigeria here? What's the weather in Nigeria today? I kind of need to lean over. But here in Kenya, where I'm at, okay, you went Kenya, really? Okay, where I'm at is 66 degrees Fahrenheit. It's not as cold as my village. Oh my god, that place is really cold. Here, at least, even I can stay without this. Yeah, it's really cold. Oh, okay, it was really cold out there. Here is 66 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. Focus is equals to success plus vision board. Okay, what should the vision board entail? Insatiable is my name, says good afternoon. Oh, good afternoon to you. How is Alabama? Okay. Oopsie. Okay, oopsie daisy. Okay, that's relaxing weather to me. Ooh, okay, that's relaxing. Okay, it's not so hot and it's not so cold. It's just, yeah, yeah. I like the weather in this place better than in my hometown, because out there is just extreme cold. Like God, you just don't get to it. Aberdairs, no, I don't come from that place. Frederick Cow says hello, good to see you. Okay, so do you consider that 66 degrees Fahrenheit to be hot or cold? Okay, I think I just consider it to be in between, although it's not hot, but at the same time, but here we are just, we don't like the cold. We feel cold. We feel cold every time. I was arguing with this African girl on live. Okay, what was she talking about? Okay, you can do my finances work? No, thank you. Okay, what were you arguing about? Okay, I think some of you have missed arguing, especially the people who like to bully me on my live stream. They have missed me. I was gone for way too long. Oh God. Limuru? No. You can do the guesswork on where I'm from, but I don't think you can get it. I'll give you a hint. It's the coldest town in Kenya. Town, not place. Town. Okay, guys. I think I am more likely to last on this live stream if I do freestyle. I had done a bunch of like preparations. You know, this is how much I write. But I just feel like when I keep doing, okay, you know, I think it's better for me to go freestyle. And then when I'm tired, I just end it. Finances means you work in banking. Okay. I just don't want it. Kamba, no. Insatiable is my name. Her question was, is it okay for parents to beat their kids in order to discipline them? Okay. And I can tell, okay, before you tell me the answer, I think Africa is like, you have to discipline the child. Most Africans think that way. You have to discipline the child. Oh my God, when I tell you some of the punishments we used to be given, you would go nuts. Yeah. What was your argument? Is it okay for parents to beat their kids in order to discipline them? It's a common thing out here. Like, it's like if you don't punish your child, you're just being considered to spoil them. Okay. You know, sometimes I hear that out there, if you discipline your child, like in US and Europe, if you discipline your child, they can be taken away from you, that you're abusing them. I'm like, oh my god, my mother would have no children. Okay, to ooh, says Nyahuru, Nyahuru, Nyahururu, yeah. Yeah, that's my hometown. Very cold. This is the coldest town in Kenya. Okay, let me tell you, the whole thing of like children being taken away from people in other countries just because you discipline them, honestly. My mom would be childless. I remember this specific time. It rains so much where I come from. Rains so much and it's cold, okay? So my mom had sent me to the posho meal. Uh, she has sent me to the posho meal and she gave me 100 shillings, okay? So I was gonna go back then. That money was really valuable. Like not like right now. What can you get with 100 shillings right now? Almost nothing. Okay. So what happened? What happened is I went to the portion mill. I did the maize, and then it just started pouring. Okay. For some reason, I think I had to kind of like stay in the center because that's the only place that I could find a place to like. I didn't have an umbrella, okay, and then for some reason I I lost the change, okay. I lost the change, and then because it was raining, my mom thought, okay, let me come, let me come and get you, okay. So she came to the center to get me. Oh my god, I had lost her money. I was over there, my feet were wet, like I was wet because it was raining. I had been rained on and stuff. Oh my god, that woman beat the crap out of me, okay. Oh god, yeah, because I had lost her money. It's the only money that she had. I was out there. The flour was getting soaked up. It's like I was maybe, is it shielding, or like I was staying somewhere where like it was not raining, but at the same time for some reason the flour was getting wet and cold and stuff. Oh my god, she beat the crap out of me. AI assisted answers. AI assisted answers. Okay, you ask Google or something. Evad says, I like your video. Thank you so much. It's a difference. Okay. What do you think should be the answer? Should should oh god. Should parents discipline their children? Okay. Do you think that if you don't discipline your child, or if people don't discipline their children, do you think they're gonna be misbehaving? It's like you're spoiling the child. You know, we have this thing, spare the rod, spoil the child. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Okay, it's literally a thing out here, but wow. I went to buy a drink. Mercy, how are you doing, Mercy? Hello, good to see you. How is it going? I want to get myself a drink. I wanted to get myself, I like berries, not berries. No, I like maybe berries and grapes. Or if not that, I like mango, but they didn't have. I just took the passion. I'm just struggling to drink it. Okay. Oh God, you're really creepy. Okay, welcome to the live stream, guys. My good name is Womboy. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my God, I'm just getting whether or not to just keep it this freestyle or to stick to the plan, but I think I will last longer when I keep it freestyle, because you know what, I'm feeling sleepy because I had cut back on the live streaming, so which means I was sleeping maybe much earlier and stuff, but haha. Boy, don't mind me, okay? Okay, let me see. God is in control. Yay, you're back. Welcome back to the live stream. Hey, hello. Are you from Kenya? Because I know Kiswahili. Because you know Kiswahili? Yeah, I'm Kenyan. Okay, but please don't type in Swahili. type in English because I'm getting tired carrying this laptop on my thing, because otherwise my phone is translating, so it really gives me like a double work. You're live again. How is your Wednesday going? It's going well. Actually, my Wednesday is ending. Okay, and I did promise that I was gonna go live again. Okay, so I'm gonna be consistent. Hopefully this time. Yeah, I am going to be consistent. Okay, Tubenfika says here is lonely. Thanks for your company. Oh, you're lonely. Okay. Vikan says, how many beers can you drink? Nah, not sure. Not sure. Not sure. Okay, these two questions. What does successful like? Okay, what does successful life actually look like to you? Okay. And also we have another one. What's one thing you want to accomplish by 30? But that's okay. If you are over that, you can also say, what do you think people in their 20s should look forward to achieving by that? Because there's a lot of things, or there's a lot of perceptions, or oh, this is what you should have by that, this is what you should have done by that. What do you think? Where do we draw the line? Okay. How late is it there? It's 10:39 p.m. 10:39 p.m. Okay, are you off of work? Mercy says, by the way, I liked and subscribed. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Insatiable is my name. Says her channel name is Queen Edika. Okay. So the whole topic about, I think I can see her point. Should people discipline their children by punishing them physically? Or but it's just a whole thing going on. I don't think there's any African person, especially people who've grown up during my time and before. I think all of us, we've been punished physically by our parents, and then our parents would say that they are not punishing us, they are punishing the mistakes. So I think it's just a thing going on. You just learn to live with it. Would I punish my child physically? I don't know. Okay, I don't know, but that's actually some of the reasons that I don't want children, because I know, like, when I'm upset, I can be a lot. You know, I am afraid because I think, like, if they fail, I'm gonna blame myself. Especially if I didn't punish them, then I'm gonna think, oh my God, spare the rod, spoil the child. God is in control. So successful life is being loyal, and therefore those around you. Being rich, having a big house or lots of cars does not mean success. Helping others is nothing wrong with money, long as it's a balance. Okay, yeah, I think we all like to demonize money, uh especially for people like me who grow up without money or not around money. Okay, you find people who are in my similar situations. They like to see people with money as threat, or like, oh my God, if you get some finances, it's like, oh, you joined secret society, or you started doing bad things. But for me, I choose to see the positive in money. Okay, I think money changes your life. I think money gives you a choice. I feel like money gives you options. Money helps you to walk away from situations that you don't want to be in. Money gives you choice. You can move and start over from scratch if you got some money. So I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's not everything, but at least it's something. But the peace is more important. Okay, rich people are some of the most miserable I've ever met. Okay, oh God, I don't know if I've met. Okay, I've met rich people who have lost the core values of life. Let's say they don't have the peace anymore, uh, and all of that. But it's like they are not as miserable as some of us who grew up in poverty, my good friends. Let me tell you. Okay, this today I was thinking, I have always struggled to get the things that I have. Okay, nothing. Okay, to be really honest, nothing have ever come to me easily. I have to struggle, and for some people, things just come to them easily. Okay, so I don't know if I can say that the rich people that I've met are the most miserable, because for me, things do not come, have never come that easily to me. Okay, I struggle with everything, so I don't know if I'm the best person to to talk about riches. but maybe I'm the best candidate to talk about poverty. And let me know, what are you all doing to get yourselves out of poverty and stuff. Mercy says, uh by for real, I don't think I can answer the question, not because I don't want to, because of another reason. Well, bye, I'm good. Okay, okay. Walking with Jesus Christ says, Jesus, you are still here, don't you have a man? Jesus, oh, you're still here, don't you have a man? Okay. So if you have a man, you shouldn't do what you want to do, or what are you insinuating? Tuefila says, the tactics, routines, and habits of billionaire icons and world-class performance tools of titans. Okay. By that year, I want to buy a house. Okay. I think also for me, it would be nice to like have a home, like a settled home. I just want to settle. I want, I want to have that type of security. I feel like owning a home, not renting. Okay, owning a home is one of the best things that you'll ever do for your nervous system. I think that can heal completely. I think uh, owning a home or having a safe space where you're not, I think that will heal your nervous system, to be really honest. Okay, not having to worry about that, but I know that comes with a different set of problems. You start, you there's another whole lot of problems when it comes to buying property, but I'd rather deal with those problems but than deal with the problem of wondering, oh my god, am I gonna be thrown out next month? Okay, can I afford rent for the next month? My book has been vindicated. Okay, working with the executives, but in Kenya, is the housing market good? Yeah, yes and no, depending. But for me, I think I would never be interested. Okay, I would be interested in the market industry in urban area, maybe in Nairobi. But mostly for me, I just don't see that for me in the city. I see that for me in the village. So which means there is no house, so you're building your house from scratch according to your needs. God is God is in control, says, long as you keep God first, because it's easy to get off track fast. Money can corrupt you if you don't have wisdom. Okay. Wow. Okay, I think that's a really nice advice. Yeah, I think money changes you. You know, even with small money that we get here and there. Okay, have you seen the day when you hold money? Okay, okay, this is from experience. Okay, when I was in campus, I was receiving some student loan, right? So what used to happen is, before I received the student loan, I had this plan of the things that are priority. Okay, and if you are like me, the student loan helped so much. Okay, in my campus life, it helped me to be able to upgrade my lifestyle to kind of like match other students, uh and all of those type of things. So before my student loan showed up, I used to have this plan. Okay, I need, because I can get lost and buy, I can use all the money to buy clothes, but budgeting it before it gets to me was a good option. Like, I just budget, I'm gonna buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. But when I would receive that money, I would just completely go nuts. I just completely go nuts. I just stop thinking about, and then when the money is almost done, like let's say I'm remaining with like 1,000 shillings, that's when I start the planning and the budgeting. I don't know if anyone else is like you, but I kind of know that money can drive you nuts. Um, Go to muchachos. I don't know where that is. You are top notch by choice of topic. Okay, I think you guys do choose the topics because, yeah, I think you all jump on it. I've seen it happen. Okay, and I know it can happen. Okay, but and it's even in the small things. When your life, sometimes when your life change, it's overwhelming. That's not something that you're used to. So yeah, I definitely feel like it can change. 50 million euro. Uh, how would you be, or what would I do with 50? Personally, at this point, I wouldn't promise that I would stay the same, but of course, if I have money, you're gonna know I'll upgrade my life. Oh my god, I'll upgrade my mother's life, my parents' life. My siblings will never know what it's like to suffer and stuff. But I don't know. 50 million euro, my good friend, that's good money, especially if you're spending it in Kenya. That's a lot. God is in control and have a plan. I've seen people here in USA won the lottery like millions. In 1 year, they are bankrupt. It's so dumb. Buying big boats, cars, houses they don't need. Okay, especially the boat. What's the purpose of the boat? Okay, honestly, I don't blame them because I've been down that road. Okay, I usually budget money before I receive it. Okay, and a good example is what I just said about my student loan. Okay, I used to budget for it. This much will go into buying clothes. Okay, this much I'll do this. Okay, maybe I would say this time round I'll buy myself a carpet for the house to make the house cozy and stuff. And then the money would just show up for some reason. You needed to grab a beer. For some reason, there is always a reason why you need to spend. For some reason, some people invite you for a date. I remember one time I had planned for my student loan. Okay, I had planned that money so well, and this would have been later in my campus days. I would have been maybe in third year or something. uh I would have been maybe in third year or something. So what happened is, okay, we were anticipating that money is gonna come. So that was me and my roommate at the time. Okay. So what happened is mine showed up before us because in Kenya they release it in batches. Okay. And then my plan, I had this plan and she had not received hers. So she told me, give me, I think it was like 3,000, and 3,000 is almost like no money, like $20 or something. So she's told me to give, but at that time, that's a lot of money to me. $20, $20. Oh my God, that's like a lot of money. So she tells me to give her that amount. And then when she receives hers, she's gonna give it back to me. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just go with it, okay? And I can tell you for sure that was what broke the friendship. Okay, so see, I feel like even these people who get these lotteries, that's what happens. When I win a lottery, my brother wants some. Okay, a friend that I have wants some, and if I don't, that means that I'm not a loyal friend. So it's like, I think nobody wins a lottery with the plan of like blowing your life up. You want this to change your life, but it's like there is so many hands that are out there. There's so many hands that want you to give something, and I think that, yeah, God is in control. Some people get money and don't even help their friends and family. The Bible says the love of money is the root of evil. The love of it, not money itself. Money is in the right hands can do a lot of good. Okay. Yeah, but I feel like also with these people who like win lottery and end up just, that money just passed through their hands like that and they don't change their life. Sometimes it's like, sometimes you even prioritize people. If I'm winning a lottery, my good friends, I'm gonna disappear for a minute because I know there's so many hands that are out there. Okay, so it's like, I think if you win lottery, you need to disappear for a while to just think. Even for you, don't start spending it. Just disappear for a while and think about it because that's it. Tumefika says, keep doing this topic for long, please. It will make you learn. Okay. Now, I always, we always learn on the channel. When you watch back the videos that I've done, it's always like this. And the good thing is like we have perspective from different countries. So thank you so much. I consider that to be a compliment. Working with Jesus says, upgrade your life like Elsa Majimbo, a queen. Okay. Yeah, I think I saw people bullying her because she went up there and then all of a sudden, but I also feel like most people are happy when that happens. Tracy Akinyi, hi, good to see you. Tumefika says, read books by Ramsey on finances and others. Okay, let money not change you. Oh God. Let money not. Okay, right now I don't even have money to change me. Oh God, I wish I did. But yeah, maybe in the future. God is in control. Says a lot of rich people here spend money on dumb things. $10,000 bags and shoes, $3,000 cars. Think about how many you could help. In there you have one bed and one bathroom, all you need. Okay. Yeah, I see. Okay, honestly, to be really honest, because of how we are brought up out here, it's like when you help me out, or like when I have something, it's like 5 people have had something. You know why? Because we are raised on this thing of like, and I think I've talked about black tax on this channel before. The way most of us Africans have to like support our families, we have to show up for our friends and family and stuff. And it's like sometimes it's not even your immediate, it's like an auntie to an uncle, but you have to show up. So what you're talking about, helping people with what you have, I think I do relate to that. I do relate to that, because I think even when I was in campus, sometimes I used to work and like help out at home or something. Patrick says hello. Hello, good to see you. Where are you watching me from? Working with Jesus Christ says, what clothes do you buy? Black tax is a scam. Okay, it is a scam, but it's like sometimes it's like, are you gonna let your parents and your siblings suffer while you have something, you know? But I think something that is now making sense to me, you see, those distant relatives, they will only want you when you can help. Okay, and this is a very uncomfortable topic for Africans, because most of us, we are made to think like we have to live our life for our aunties, for our uncles. At this point, it's like it's all about me. These are the same people who are gonna judge your decisions when you are late, let's say, to get married, when you are late to have children. Only help close blood relatives. Okay, but is an auntie close? I think that's close. Okay, but I see, it's like the only problem is I don't have a problem with the helping. Okay, the only problem is like we are being expected to help while you don't, when you have not helped yourself. And I think that's why we keep having this cycle or this loop of poverty, because it's like, I get $10, you borrow me 8. Okay, then I just remain with 2. When are we gonna get ourselves out of poverty? Okay, what my mind thinks is like, for example, if I had children, I would really want to have myself so, but I would really want to like be able to afford the things that I need, and to be able to not be a burden to the children. You know why? So that they can be able to take off. Okay, so that they are not spending their lives thinking how can they make my life better. I want them to think about themselves. Okay, and I think that's what makes Africa and Europe different, because Europe and also US, because most of the Europeans and like US and all of these other places, Western culture, and I know I'm not despising the African culture, but I'm just saying they have learned the individualism. Okay, they have learned the aspect of being an individual. But out here we are just dragging like a whole lot. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I'm just saying that makes us to keep to stay in this loop of poverty. Ants are not close. Oh my. Out here they are. You know, out here, aunties, uncles, grandmother, grandfather. It could even be, for example, there's an aunt of mine. She's a cousin to my mom. Okay, and she's considered close. Working with Yesu Christ, Elsa Majimbo said they are borrowing money from her, and they used to borrow from her father when she was younger. Okay. Oh, I didn't know about that. Please, guys, I said please type in English, because I don't want to. Are you looking for a sponsor to whatever, baby mama? No, I don't have a child and I don't want children. Please, let's change. What's your fashion sense? Do you dress better at church or work? At this point in my life, like, I don't go to church, but yeah. You know what? For me, I don't have clothes for special occasions. I just wear, because life is too short for me to spend my life preserving my clothes for a particular moment or for a particular special moment. So that does not relate with me. But I think it would for many other people. Steven Slater says happiness. Oh, what a successful life actually looks like. For you, it's happiness. Okay, doesn't include wealth, gold. Your name is very beautiful. Thank you so much. T for QC tree. Oh my. Hi. Good day, Mama. Good day to you. Where are you watching me from? Patrick says, where do you live? In Kenya. I live in Kenya. Okay. So you just wear basic clothes every day. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to say that. But for me, they're not basic. Okay. It's like I wear what I wear is like what I wear. Like done. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I might wear like pajamas to go to sleep, but other than that, growing up in the village, we used to have a specific attire for Sundays. We used to have a specific attire for going to visit relatives and stuff like that. But it's like I just have decided to unlearn that. I just don't want to live life like that anymore. Life is too short for me to spend my life not wearing my clothes. Okay? Yeah, I don't care if they are basic or if they are casual or if they are good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Omondi Jaden, hey, how are you doing? Uh, Chris Hollis coming says Trinidad and Tobago. Oh my, I wanna go there. How are you doing? What does successful life actually look like? And what's one thing you want to accomplish by 30? And also, I would like to hear for people who are over 30. What's something that you would encourage people in their 20s to strive towards achieving? I think there's a lot of pressure, and that is considered to be the big age. So, what would you say is something that we should strive to achieve? Omondi Jaden says from Kenya, how can get subscribe? Okay, oh, just hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate that. Do you have a boyfriend? Yes. Working with yes, who says the point is to have occasions that require different clothes, not to have clothes to save in your closet. Oh. Oh, okay, 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 that would make that okay, honestly, that makes more sense. Okay, I think maybe okay, I wear trousers most of the time, so when I wear a dress, it's like a special occasion. Yeah, I just I feel like I guess less attention with trousers. I don't like attention, so I just wear trousers for that purpose. But otherwise, I think dresses really makes me look like a girly or maybe cute. So yeah. Chris says, I want you to come to Trinidad. Trinidad and Tobago. I used to think that those are two different countries until like I really knew it's one place. Okay, that's interesting. What's the time in Trinidad? Working with Jesus says, if you're 30 and you haven't made it yet, just forget now. Only just can help you with marriage and money. Okay, so you feel like people should make it by that period, like that's it. If you have not made it by 30, then that's it for you, that's it, done. Are you seeing? Okay, I don't believe, I kind of feel like the whole thing of like acting as if like life have a deadline is like no, because there are people who have gotten married after 30 and they have lived a good life. um Also, there are people who have gotten married in their 20s and they have lived a good life. Others have gotten married in their 20s and they've gotten divorced. Others have had children in their 20s and regretted it. Some have had children in their 20s and have been happy. Some have had children in their 30s and then wish they had them sooner. So I don't think there's a manual to life, and I think we all need to quit that thing of like, it's like we are almost giving each other a manual, you know yeah, it's almost like you're giving each other a manual. It's like I don't think that there's a manual, because to be really honest, right now I'm 24 years old. Okay, I could act as if I can advise somebody who is 10 years old. What am I gonna tell them? Work harder in school? I can act as if I can advise somebody who is 18. What am I gonna tell them? Okay, maybe I can tell them things that I did that were a mistake to me, but that does not mean that they are gonna have a bad life, if so I think it's different for different people. Okay, is jealousy proof that someone cares? Okay, let me type that. Working with this is, you said life is too short, but now life has no deadline. Now you're talking about manuals. You don't look 24. I don't look 24. Oh, do I look 40? Haha. You think I look 40? Okay. No, it's like, okay, the way, that's just the way. Some situations makes me think that life is too short. For example, when people lose their life just like that. And then the pressure of like accomplishing things by a particular time makes me feel so sick. It's like, no, let people just live. Okay, I don't care if you live to 100 or whatever. Life is too short. 100 years is not a long time. It kinda is, but it's not really a long time. So, and you are not getting any day back. That's my opinion. Chris says, I wish you could be like, okay. Is jealousy proof that someone cares? Not 40, but if you look like this at 24, it means at 44 you will also look like this. Okay, who knows, I could look like I'm 50, I could look like I'm 60, even 70. So what matters is how I feel at heart. Okay, and for your information, I know that I'm pretty good looking, and I look 24 actually. Okay, but I think like a mature girl, so quit with the whole thing of trying to put me down. It's not working. Chris says I will take good. Okay. Okay, is jealousy proof that someone cares? When you're in a relationship and somebody is jealous, uh, stand up and let's see. You know what? You can watch videos that have filmed full. You can go. There's actually videos that have filmed in the village recently, like last week or yeah. You can watch those and you can see me. I'm not standing up on this live stream at least. Is jealousy proof that someone cares? Wow. Okay, Turika says, I'm a subscriber here for long, okay. Okay, yeah. And if you're a subscriber here for a long time, you should know that I don't do that. Like, it's like when you come on a live stream where, like, let's say I'm doing some kitchen work or I just happen to stand up, that's okay. But I kind of feel like it's out of place for you to just tell me to stand up. You can watch some other videos and see me. James Jackson says, no. Okay, okay. What does that prove? Keishan Harvey, all the way from Jamaica. Jamaica, how are you doing? Kiboko Magigi says, Madam, ooh. Okay, Chris Holly says, I will work and give you money and love you so special. Okay. Keishan says, how are you? I'm good, I'm from Jamaica. I know you're from Jamaica. I remember you on the channel. Okay, Jamaica in the building. I don't like bothering you, but I was in your marathon live. Okay, thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. Okay, what's the time in Jamaica? Is jealousy proof that someone cares? If you say yes, why? If you say no, why? I think the black eye thing is really making my pop to pop different. Okay, my face. I'm your subscriber. I know you are. I know you are. I know you are. What's the time in Jamaica? Okay. Just to think that like you are from very different places is really interesting to me, that through social media we are able to do stuff like this. Like I'm sitting here in Kenya, you're sitting there in Jamaica, somebody else is somewhere else, London, all these places, all these interesting and nice places. So it's really interesting. It's evening now, it's 3:08 p.m. in Jamaica. Okay. Do you do states or do you do counties in Jamaica? What do you do? Do you do provinces? So now you won't read my question. It's like I will, but it's like not when I'm feeling uncomfortable with what you're saying. Okay, and guys, remember you're still catching up. You're still catching up. I have been not live streaming for a good time, like a whole week. I had missed streaming, but I kind of have to like acclimate myself to this new. But I promise you guys, this time round, hopefully, we'll be more consistent. You know, we will show up even more. We will show up even more energetic, and I hope you guys will be. I support you. Ooh, what did you say was your name? But allow me to call you Claire Edwards. Okay, but I think there was another name. Did you say Lottie? Hi, how are you doing? Oh, you're back. Guys, like the live stream. Is jealousy proof that someone cares? It was uncomfortable to say you look older, so when you're older you will look younger. I don't know. I don't know the whole anti-aging stuff. First of all, like that was just you trying to get my energy or my reaction. No, you look what I don't care if I look 50 years or I look 30 or 70. That's none of your business. And I don't think it's even mine. How you look, the whole thing about, anti-aging and stuff does not work with me. So yeah. You do farming? Oh, what do you farm? What do you farm? Okay. I don't know. When I think about Jamaica, I just think about this beach lifestyle, like just vacationing. I just think about that mostly. But I know that's unrealistic, but that's what I usually think. Food, what type of food? We also do farming. Like I'm also a farm I'm also a farmer. Okay, my family, we are farmers. We do different types of farming. For example, we farm beans, corn, potatoes, sweet potatoes, arrowroots, cassava. You'll say no. Okay, do you have an explanation or a thought process? Keishan. Ooh. Bananas, pineapples, coconut, cucumber, ooh, wow, corn, carrots, chili, avocado, melon. Oh my god. Ooh, that's rich. That's rich. Okay. I feel like if you would farm all those things that you put on the screen, is like you would never rely on the shop. Yeah. Oh, expositor guy. Hello, boy. Good to see you. Oh my, it's been a minute before you came on the live stream. How have you been? Oh my god. Which country were you from? Was it Australia or what? I forgot. Okay, how is the going? We do have two questions. And also we are doing more of like a free live stream and stuff. Yeah. And you have more? Wow. Okay. If that's the case, I want to move to Jamaica and do farming. Oh wow. How would you describe the economic situation in Jamaica? Do you think there's a lot of opportunities, financial opportunities, uh, at their jobs? Expositor says, yes, I was a little busy with the household things. And how are you, dear? Okay. Oh, I was also not streaming for a whole week. I'm good. I'm good. I think I've had a cold. I've been having a cold. I just came back to streaming today. And it's like, so it's like the catching up today. Catching up, catching up, catching, catching up, catching up. Edward says, and I know you told me that you have another name, but I have already forgotten. I think jealousy people means they don't care. They just want something from you. Okay, okay. For example, in a relationship, uh, when you're in a relationship and somebody feels jealous when you talk with other people, um, so it's like, where do you draw the line between, like, oh my god, this person is being jealous versus this person is being controlling? Where do you draw the line? You cannot come, you are married women, okay. But see, no, I feel like if you want to go and explore a place, you could explore a place. Even as a married person, you could explore a place. God is in control. Says, good talking, but I'm so busy with customers. Okay. No, no, no. Keep going, keep going, keep going. I appreciate even you coming in the channel. Expositor says, you mean possessive nature? Yeah. Okay. Like, where do you draw the line? Okay. It's one thing. You know what? I feel like it's really cute when it's really cute, especially when you are young and like the person that you're in a relationship with, they feel jealous when you talk to another person. It's really cute, but uh in a real life situation is like, ooh, that can go a lot of ways. It's like, on one side you have somebody that you know really loves and cares about you, and they are, you know, but in the other one that can be limiting, because can you really go after your dreams if you're feeling held back? It's like somebody owns you. Edward says, once a girl took away my best friend because she was jealous about my friendship. Oh, a girl took me. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. So would you call that to be loving or to be, possessive and annoying? Working with yes, it says, why are you jealous of my answer? I am not jealous of your answers. It's just like, that's how I can just ignore you. No, we are not gonna go back and forth with aging and stuff. It's like, okay, wow. Work is in Jamaica. Business place to work is in the hospital and in the house and in the so those are the type of jobs that you can easily get. Okay. I feel like it's almost same like out here. Mostly farming. Farming is a thing that you can do on your own. Okay, you can, as far as you have a piece of land, there is no manual. You just do it on your own terms. You just, yeah, you can decide to do them. Is it staple food? You can decide to do farming for your own personal consumption. You can decide to do that to sell. It just completely depends on you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Uh, I was gonna ask, what would you consider is the unemployment rate? But I think it's almost like in Africa. But wow, that's interesting. Being out here or like being on the channel, it just helps me to see different places, maybe in the same lens, to realize yes, they are different, but it's almost the same thing. We work together. Okay. Okay, that's nice. Working together. Oh god, I'm already feeling sleepy. Expositor says, possessiveness is something that this thing or person is mine only, but jealousy is opposite to that. It's like the person is mine only but my property. I will set the limit. Maybe build something like it. Okay, which one would you prefer? Okay, which one do you think is positive? the jealousy or the possessiveness. I think a little bit of jealousy is nice. It's like, oh, it really makes you feel wanted, but where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? Okay. Because that can be limiting as is, it can limit you from opportunities. Sometimes you will miss out on the best opportunities because your person is being insecure. Mm. Yeah, right now at the age of 24 is when I'm realizing that relationships are way more serious than we care to think about. Okay, they are more life changing than we want to admit. Oh my god, with this type of sleepiness, I can't believe that I did. Oh my god. This is what happens when you apply things in your eyes and you forget about it. You wipe and put in other places. So I was gonna say I don't even know how I did the 48 hours live stream because right now I'm very tired. But I think it's a matter of like keeping doing it and then I'll get back to the schedule. Let me get myself a glass of water. Mm-hmm. Even if it's expositor says, even if it's your life partner, when he or she gets more attention, people sometimes feel offended. Okay, you don't want them to, and especially when you don't appreciate them, and then you see them being appreciated, and maybe sometimes even realizing their worth. I think that really stings. Okay, that really stings. Okay, yeah. Oh my god. I just wish relationships were not as complicated as they are because they really are complicated. I do not hit you or disrespect you. Okay, no, you didn't. You're just fine. You're just fine. God is in control. Says, okay, I'm back for now. Such a damn busy day. I haven't even stopped for lunch. I'm fasting today, I guess. Okay, it's never a bad thing. First of all, it helps with what is it called, maintaining the physique and stuff. But yep, okay, that can be a nice thing. Okay, is jealousy proof that someone cares? In your opinion, is jealousy proof that someone cares? Okay, yeah, fasting is actually good for the body. Jealousy means that someone wants control. Okay, but is there like a thing, there should be like a limit. I honestly don't believe that jealousy is completely negative. Like negative in a sometimes when your partner is feeling jealous that you're talking to some, it really is a nice thing. But when you know sometimes there's limit. Okay. Mm, these kind of relationships are really harmful, and jealousy also means they don't have trust. Okay, oh god, and if that's the most awful thing that can happen to your relationship. Okay, but honestly, I am at the point in life where, like, when you keep having to worry about what somebody is doing, is like, can you even live a life in peace? You're always worrying. They're always worrying. Okay, maybe sometimes even I don't know if it's a good thing or it's not. Maybe that's why this is even a question here. But I kind of, a little bit of jealousy sometimes is nice, so that oh, so they would feel something. But I really don't know if it's something that's highly recommended. But I mean, like, jealous of their love. You want that person all to you, but in a trusting relationship, jealousy it does not exist at all. I thought it should exist a little bit. Okay, it's like I'm seeing I have touched this eye so much, so it's not matching, and I'm kind of feeling it's either I wipe or I add to it. Well, not for me and mine. Oh wow. That lady is loved, okay? And see, this when you trust each other, there's just this nervous system regulation. You just feel at peace, okay? You just feel at peace knowing that. Because, like, there's nothing that, wondering, it will not even help. Expositor says God will not give his might and glory to anyone, and the Bible tells that he's a jealous God. Okay, God is a jealous God. uh what is that supposed to mean? Oh, compared to, like, the situation where, like, people are jealous, you don't want your partner to even talk to somebody else, not even think about somebody else. What does that put the situation or the relationship, or where does it put the relationship? Okay, wow. All I know is you have to be really careful, because the jealousy can turn out to be a form of abuse. That's all that I know. Okay, let me throw this away. Keishan says we buy cars to invest. Oh, wow. How? You buy and then you sell, or what happens? Sarah Washington. Hey, friend. How are you doing? Jealousy is wrong. Why do you think that jealousy is wrong? And guys, when you tune into the channel, if you haven't liked, double checked if you liked. And guys, if you have other apps like Instagram, please share my live stream to your other apps. Maybe copy the link and share. Cars for sale. Okay, wow, that's interesting. I know that's interesting business. It's good business. Okay, okay. Jealousy is wrong. Okay. So, wow, I think everybody is agreeing that jealousy is not the best thing, or, like, interesting. But I would tell you, I feel like 50% of people feel like jealousy is a good thing. That's how you tell that somebody cares about me. I I don't feel jealous. I don't have no girl. Oh, nobody to love me like a good man and a father. Okay, your time will come. What else could I say? Okay, your time will come. Okay, what's one real? Okay, Africa will never unite says, why is always women and gays who are jealous, not men? Oh my god. Oh my god. What are you talking about? I feel like everybody, okay? I feel like anybody and everybody can be jealous. Okay, not only the groups that you are mentioning, but I feel like everybody could be jealous, or everybody is jealous in their own different way. It just depends with your level of being of psychopathic behavior. Oh, okay. I honestly I feel like men are. Okay, there's a lot of jealous men too. Okay, depends on how insecure you are. Okay, what is insecurity if we were to describe insecurity? Okay, and does it have something to do uh with the oh, is it about you? What is the insecurity? Okay, I think your comment Africa will never unite is very bold. Like, whoa, you pulled that out of nowhere. Oh, okay. Let me write something here. Okay. What's the weirdest thing that you've ever Googled? Okay, but we can still even keep talking about the topic that we are. So it's just kind of like a little change of topic for some people. What's the weirdest thing you've ever Googled? Oh my god. I think it would be like during Lutofest. It's like you feel stuff and then you're like, is this normal? I think maybe that would be one of my weirdest. Okay. Okay, I'm ready to hear yours. I'm ready to hear yours. Okay, at this point, I'm just regulating so I don't fall asleep. I buy cars like the Pro Box to invest in taxi. Oh, okay. Oh, to invest in like the business of like okay, okay. And I think that's a really nice one. That's a really nice one. Interesting. I would have gone without this drink. Do you ever buy something and think that way? Yes. Okay. Wow. Most people also do that out here. I think even out here, there's a bunch of opportunities, but you have to have the finances to you can do that. You can actually be transporting goods. You can be going to the farms and buying the produces and then bringing them into town. There's a lot of things that we can do, but haha, finances. And you have to understand out here, loans or let's say even the credit card thing is not available to the regular people. Okay, it is available for those people who do banking with the banks and they can get a loan, but that's it. We don't have credit cards and stuff. So, which means if you want to do something, you have to calculate money that you already have, especially if you're not employed. Okay, oh, what's the time? Oh, 1 hour 24 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna end this live stream at 30 minutes, so 6 more minutes, guys. Tomorrow I'll show. Okay, this live stream is usually supposed to start at 10, end at like 1. It's supposed to be a 3-hour live stream, but yeah, I'm gonna go easy on myself on this one. I do farming and I do taxi. Ooh, interesting. Congratulations. Okay, which one do you prefer, or which one is better, taxi or farming? I think with the taxi you would make quick money, because with the farming you have to wait. You have to wait until it's time or something. Okay, what's the time? 11:34. Okay, and for those who are just joining in to the channel, my good name is Wamboy. Thank you so much for the support. Oh, Katrik, hello. How are you doing? Welcome back. Actually, we're just winding up here. Tomorrow I'll do 3 hours. This time I'll start streaming and let's say 10 or maybe 10:30, and then I'll stop it like 1, which is like our usual time. Okay. But I just feel like I'm still recovering from the cold. Of course I'm recovering more out here because it's cold. Okay, it's not cold. It's not as cold as it was. Not to mention I'm out of those factors. Money is in farming, but big money is on taxi. Okay, and not to mention with the taxi you make money every day, like every single day there's something that's coming in. I would open a nail salon just to get a chance to hold your hand. Oh. Wow. Okay. Okay, wow. Okay. Money is in farming, but big money is in the taxi. Actually, in my hometown place, if you buy yourself, like, let's say it's like a cab or something, they really do nicely. At the end of the day, you could make money from that. Yeah, and I don't think you even have to have a license. You just need to have a car and you just show up. And then at the end of the day, you can have a few hundreds for yourself. Okay, you need money to make money. You need money to make money. So, oh my god, this has been such a good live stream. Honestly, I am so glad that I don't allow the situations and everything to affect how I show up here. So I'm so proud of myself. Hopefully it will get better within the course of the week, and we can keep showing up. All I can say is, like, guys, keep sharing my live stream. That's all that I can say. Keep sharing my live stream, keep watching them. When I post the live stream, when we end the live stream, leave a comment there. I would really appreciate that. And I think most of you can attest that I reply to you guys is messages. Bobby, how are you doing, Bobby? Good to see you. Your hair is very beautiful. Thank you so much. What are you like to invest in? I think I've done farming most of my life, and I grew up in farming, so it's like I really don't trust it very much. Because if it was like such a good thing, why were we poor, or like why were we struggling to make our ends meet? So I feel like there's a type of farming that you can do that can be life changing. But if I would do, okay, which when it comes to either farming or taxi, I would honestly uh I would honestly I would honestly choose the taxi, because I grew up as a farmer. So it's like I don't think there's any type of farming that we have not explored. Maybe we didn't explore coffee, we didn't explore tea farming, and all of that. But I think I would go with taxi. Yeah, if I bought myself like a taxi, I think that would be life changing. Or maybe a small cab, and I would just start driving around in town and stuff. Hello. Don Sammy, hi. And guys, like the live stream and subscribe. God is in control. Your stream is fun and engaging. So many women get on here to be boring. They don't have much to talk about, but yours is fun, okay? I don't want to be that type of a person that I can just come here just to lick my lips and maybe to be cute. I just want us to have full conversation. And I think he's uncomfortable for most people, because he's like, Okay, why are we always talking about serious stuff? I think I've had people ask me that, like, why are we always talking about serious stuff? Why can't we just have fun? Why can't I just make a 360 here on the channel? But the truth is, I have way better things to do than that. Like, I could just sit here and scroll the whole day. So, I like to have like a subject matter, or maybe sometimes questions and stuff. Yeah, not to mention, I also want to make the channel to be like a comfortable space for, even for people in relationship, for their partner. I don't want your partners to burn you off from watching me. So yeah. Riki Tiki Tembo Naserembo Berry. Okay, I don't know what that is. Are you somewhere that's cold? Yeah. Okay, right now is where I'm at is not as cold. I came back yesterday from my village. My village is really cold. I even caught a cold when I was out there. So yeah. Yeah, which country are you from? I think maybe you're from one of these places where it's summer right now and you're like, oh my god, I would kill for the cold. You can do taxi work for a living. Yeah. Yeah, I could do that. Honestly, I could do that. I could do that. Yeah, and I think it would be really nice. Bobby Broadway says America. Yes, summer now. Okay. Oh, you are in the US. You know, there's somebody who says America and turns out that they are from South America. Okay. It's summer. Yeah, out here is cold. Like here in this place. Okay, this town is not as cold as where I'm from. This place is like 66 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's cold. Okay. I said that I would edit 1 hour, 30 minutes, guys. Okay, but wait, let me wait for you, Bobby, to type. So we are winding up. Oh, tomorrow, hopefully, during the day I'll stream even more hours. I just want to put all the energy into this for, and you all better watch even the videos. Watch, actually, guys, watch the videos that I've posted in the past week. There's a video. I asked my mom if she would get married again or even have children, and she said no. Make sure you catch up with that one. There's another one when I showed you all the activities that we have to do on the farm. There's another one that I'm showing you guys, a building that we are constructing. So yeah, make sure you catch up with all of those. So, miss, how much money for a car in your country? It depends, but for like a small taxi that you can do that type of business, I think with like 400,000 Kenya shillings. Okay, I have to chart. I have to like, how much is 400,000 Kenya shillings in US dollars? 400,000. 2, how many zeros? So 400,000 Kenya shillings into USD. Oh, 3,099 US dollars. Okay, so for those small cars, like the one that you can do such business with, you can do with $3,000. But if you really want like a nice car to show off, yeah, you're talking about 10,000 and above. Yeah. 10, yeah, 10,000 US dollars maybe. But if it's a second hand and stuff, anywhere 3,000, I think you can get yourself a nice one. Kay is an American lady, so she knows. Oh, he's Jamaican. He's Jamaican. I think he's a he. God is in control. Says, wow, Kenya shillings are more than Ugandan. Yeah, actually, I can move to Uganda with Kenya shillings, and I can have a good life. When I convert my Kenyan money into Ugandan money, it's really a lot of money. 300 US dollars is 1 million shillings there. Oh my god. Ah, yeah, maybe I should move there. I should move there with 300 US dollars and I can become a millionaire and just have a life. Wow. Okay, but I also guess when it comes to them buying products, then it's like they write big figures there. Okay, how much is the rent for a studio apartment in like Uganda or stuff? Bobby says Steve Ukle was an American actor who had a tiny car. Still, he was in Star Wars. Oh, Uncle is okay. That's a lot of information. I don't know about that. Okay. So I'm a millionaire every time I visit. Okay, you can convert. Oh my god. Okay, do you think it's like almost the same? Uh do you think it's almost the same? Because I kind of feel like yes, when you convert the money, it's like you are a millionaire or something. But when you go to buy stuff, are they that high? Like, are they that up there? 1 million, you can buy only a bundle of cigarettes in Uganda. Really? Why? But why don't they just reduce their money instead of like having this dramatic uh because I thought, okay, if that's the case, then I can move there with my Kenya shillings and haha, yeah. Wow. Can somebody tell me how that works? Okay, how much is 2 liters of cooking oil in Uganda? And I can compare it to Kenya. How much in US dollars? Okay, because it's like if there's a place where you can move and your money can go a long way. So a dinner there for four is like 400,000 shillings. And how much is 400,000 Ugandan shillings in US dollars? Like an expensive place. Oh, like and it's dinner for four. So each one of you is like 100,000. Okay, can you maybe tell me that in US dollars? 5 USD? No way! Like 5 USD. 5 USD per person or the whole group? Wow. But why don't they just write a small amount? Okay. I'm afraid that like because we are having like an election year next year, I'm afraid that even in Kenya we will print a lot of money that our money will lose value. But I wouldn't want that because yeah. It's okay if you're working with an international company and um let's say you're making money in US dollars. When you convert out here, it will go a long way. But it's like when you're trying to, like, let's say move someplace out there, then you have to convert your weak money into, okay, well, carrying money in Uganda is a problem. You need a carton. Well, I paid. Okay, no, you just need your card and you can just pay. Wow, that's interesting. Now I want to go to Uganda. Just so that I can be a millionaire for a day. My pro box in Jamaica is for 1,700,000. 1,700,000. Okay, let's look how much is a pro box in Kenya. The price of a Toyota Pro Box in Kenya. Ooh, 1.5 million Kenya shillings. 1.5 million Kenya shillings. That's like, I think, like 11. Okay, 1.5 million Kenya shillings into US dollars. Okay, prices can range from 360,000 to 2.7 million. But Uganda is really nice too. East Africa can be more expensive than people think. Kampala has everything, okay? Yeah, even out here, okay? Most places have everything, okay? Yeah, I think people think that like the fact that when you convert your money is becoming lots of money, you think, oh my god, it's like you will almost be like not spending, but I promise you will. Okay, well, I was looking 1.5 M. I like the way you talk about Uganda, okay? I really, really want a Toyota Land Cruiser there. They are amazing trucks and they don't sell them in the USA. I'm going to buy one in Uganda one day. And then where are you gonna leave it? Do you all have a home in Uganda? It's 11,592 US dollars. Imagine. 11,592 US dollars. So 1.5. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, you can buy the little car to invest. Okay. Oh yeah, in the future. In the future. Oh God. Right now, even a bicycle, I don't know if I can afford a bicycle. Oh, but I'm kidding. But at the same time, yeah, I am not in one of those seasons where like, oh, I can just wake up and go buy a car. I also think at this point, when you don't have like a steady income and stuff, I think that can be a liability. It can be a liability. God is in control says, yes, we have lots of friends and family in Uganda. One of our friends runs a safari company. Ooh, okay. Oh, no, I don't want, I don't want the help. Oh God. Oh God, no. I buy a boda boda. What will I do with the boda boda? Rent it out to somebody, and then at the end of the day they can bring back the money or what. Okay, I kind of feel like you have to move on your own pace, because at the end of the day we bought one for my wife's brother there. Okay, I think he's a good one. I think he's a good one there. You see, the border, but as far as you can drive it yourself, but maybe you can have somebody close to you, you give it to them, and then you can have like, okay, you tell them at the end of the day I want you to be bringing back 400 or 500, and then everything that you make on top of that is yours. I think that's how sometimes they run that business. Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Oh Lord, you can do it. Okay. No, I know I can do it, but not at this specific juncture. Okay. God. Yeah, and you know what? I always get a lot of I always get lots of, what is it called, encouragement from people, especially people from the US. You all like to encourage me or to tell me, what do you do with this? What do you do with that? Which I really appreciate, but is like, you can't, I just graduated 2 years ago. You can't just tell me at this point, oh, go buy a helicopter. How am I gonna do that? Oh my God, my good friend Tabitha Wawero. Oh, how are you doing? Good to see you. Let me look at the profile. I think it's, oh my God, one of my good childhood friends. How are you doing? In Tunisia, we trust to hold African currency. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but see, the thing is, what we are doing right now is like, we are mostly embracing the foreign currency, especially US dollars and euros. And then the value of our money is really going down. So I see that. Uh-huh. Keishan says money is not too much to have. Money is not too much to have. Yeah. Yeah, but I think there's a limit. Okay, there's not a limit. I don't want to be one of those people who says that, oh my God, money is evil. Especially if you grow up in poverty, that really changes something for you. Uh, God is in control says a lot of Kenyans move to Uganda. My wife has many friends there that run businesses. Okay. Okay, yeah. I think people move all over. Kishan Harvey says you're going to buy it in October. Oh God, you know what? You know what? Yes, I wanna say amen, but it's like everything in its own pace. Okay, I am one of those people who are like, I've already been to the rock bottom, so it's like I just want to grow on what is it called? I want to keep going. I want to go at my own pace, not like what's supposed to be happening or what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? God is in control. So 3,000 USD is 1 million Kenya. No, that's 400,000 Kenya shillings. 400,000. Yeah, it's that's 400,000. And for 400,000, you can do a bunch of stuff. You can do a bunch of stuff with 400,000. Yeah, for example, like, oh, okay. Yeah, I think for 400,000 you can construct a pretty decent house. Not not excessively decent, but at least a pretty much decent one, you know. So yeah, yep. Oh my god. I was gonna end. This is what happens with my live stream. Like, I'm always like, oh my god, I'm ending in the next 30. And then we end up spending the whole night on the live stream. But that's really amazing. That's really amazing. I like the fact that, like, my live streams are usually deep and not really shallow at all. We talk about different things, not to mention the broad audience that I have here, my Kenyan people, my Nigerians, South Africans, people all the way from Papua New Guinea. Okay, actually, I learned through this channel that Papua New Guinea, I don't know where I was at during my social studies class and my history. Um, so I learned through this channel that because I kept having customers from, not customers, oh my god, I kept having subscribers from Papua New Guinea, and the time zone was almost similar to Australia, you know. And then I was like, and somebody told me that Papua New Guinea is not in Africa. Don't call me ignorant, but I would guess most people assume because it's black people, we all assume that they are Africans, but they're really not. God is in control says, are you Christian? Just curious. Yes, I am. Yes, I am Christian, but I think maybe I have talked about this on the channel before. For a very long time, I felt like religion was being used to control me in some type of way. I feel like I didn't choose to be Christian. It's like the fact that I was born in a Christian household. I just became Christian naturally. Isn't that what we all do? And then something else that I also felt, uh, maybe during my philosophy classes in university and stuff, or even later on, I kind of felt like, you know, we've been religious our whole life, so I always wondering, like, why are we poor, you know, why are we calling on this god and nothing is changing? So that have been a struggle for me for sure, not to mention how religion have been used to like manipulate people around me. Oh my god, what the heck, you know. So religion, how religion have been used, that's something that I always talk about. And I talk about the fact that I don't go to church anymore right now, but I do still pray, I do believe in God, I do all of that stuff, but I prefer to do it by myself at this point in my life. Because let's be honest, the poor people and people like me who grew up poor, we are actually the most religious people, you know. Yeah, and this theory, or this philosopher Karl Marx, he said he gave a theory where like the rich use religion to control the poor. You know, happy are the poor in heart, for the kingdom of God belongs to them. You know what? I do not subscribe to that anymore. You're not gonna tell me happy are the poor, for the kingdom of God belongs to them. You know, I want the kingdom of this earth too. You know, so yeah, so for me, it's all about trusting myself, it's all about having the faith for myself, because at the end of the day, I'm so sick and tired. Because growing up, I have always said, I didn't grow up rich, okay, and we were always struggling, and it was so bad to see my mom being taken advantage of by random people just because of religion. Happy are the poor. You know what, if happy are the poor, I just don't want to be um yeah, unfortunately. Okay, unfortunately, but people who know me growing up know my story. Yeah, yeah, that's all I can say. I think I've changed. I've pretty much changed a lot of things when it comes to me right now as an adult and who I was as a child. I feel like most people think that I have changed up, but it's just because most of my core values have really changed. Um, okay, in December, going to be more money for it. Okay. Oh, really? I didn't know about that. God is in control says, I'm Christian. There are many here in the USA, but God allows us to go through struggle to test our faith and patience. We grow when we are in hardship, not when life is easy. Okay. But can you imagine having a whole lifetime of hardships? Okay. That can be a piece of work, right? Right, guys says, why are you not going to church anymore? Optional. Bro, why why I'm not going to church anymore? First of all, growing up, the church that we used to go to, or like my parents used to go to, used to be so far away. So I ended up going to church with one of my friends. Like they would always invite me to their church. Okay, but I never felt like I belonged, to be really honest. And then when I got by myself, I just kept feeling like I'm out of place. Not to mention after church, the whole groups thing, people are in groups and stuff, and it's like if you're not doing good financially, you don't have a friend in the church, right? uh something else that actually was the final straw. Okay, when I moved where I stay at right now, uh I used to go to church with one of my friends, okay? And at that time we are all struggling financially, okay? But in that church, the pastor would know everybody who usually give a lot of money in the church. They would know them by their name, like they had their names in the tips of their fingers. But if you never give any offerings, it's like they don't know you. So then I just saw that as a business, and it's like, I'm not willing to promote your business. Bye. God is in, Karl Marx is evil. Okay. Um, God is good to us. Marxism and socialism are very, very evil. Okay. Very, very evil. But there's some truth to it, right? There's some truth to it. I feel like both things can be true at the same time. Okay, you can disagree with something but still respect that it exists. Okay, so how I choose to like live my faith right now is by trusting in God, by praying by myself, by trusting in my own judgment, because it's like at the end of the day, I have seen people who do not even go to church just because, not to church. I have seen people who don't go to hospitals just because they're supposed to be healed uh, naturally by God. Okay, but isn't this God the same God who gave doctors the knowledge and information for them to be able to? Isn't it the same God who gave the information for these doctors to be able to treat us? So I think that's where the two things collide. God is in control. Says, yes, yeah, that's not good. There's a lot of corrupt churches in Africa to take advantage of others. But here it is too. Corruption is in every country. Churches about money are of Satan, okay? Yeah. Yeah, and it's really unfortunate that like right now you can almost not tell the difference, because it's like an invest it's like a business, thing. You can almost not tell the difference. But I'm so happy for all of you who go to self churches, for all of you who go to churches where like you're not discriminated on the basis of like what can you offer to the church. I'm so I'm so happy for you. And another thing that changed how I see church and how I see is when I lived with my Muslim roommates. So I lived with them for like 3 years. Okay, no, let's say we were roommates for. What is wrong with this thing? Why is it disconnecting for absolutely no reason? So I became friends with these Muslim girls, and actually one of the girls is still my friend to date. Okay, we talk on a fair. Actually, she called me today, or like we just talked today. So also being being in a friendship with her changed the way I see religion. I was raised to think that like if somebody is anything else other than Christian, it's like they're doing the wrong thing, or like no, they're not on the right path, okay? And then I got to know them, and they were told the same thing. If somebody is not Islam, that means that these people are pagans and stuff. And then when we got past the religion thing, we really got on really well. We were really nice friends. When we got past the I'm not wearing a hijab, okay, that I eat pork. When we got past that, we were just girls in our university days. So that also changed my thing. It's like now I don't judge people like that. I judge people for who they are. Uh, God is in control. Says really, churches help others and don't ask for money. Look what Jesus taught. Greed is evil, not of a good heart. We are called to help others. Okay, I would hope so, or I believe so. But unfortunately, Keishan says you have to go to church and be a Christian, and you pray more to God. Okay, and then I'll go to heaven. Okay, okay. That's the goal. That's the goal. That's the goal. L33 says, have you had your own personal encounter with Jesus? Describe personal encounter. Okay, what is personal encounter supposed to mean? God is in control says, yes, but Christian countries, everyone is free. In Islam countries, women are oppressed and there's lots of violence. Christians are always victims of Islam, especially over there. Christians are always victims of Islam over there. Okay. And I see that. And it was really heartbreaking when my friend told me that, like, growing up, they were not even allowed to eat at Christians' houses. See, like the way we used to live together, they were not allowed to eat when I cook. Okay. But because we were in university, that's the whole point. It's the whole point of interacting with the different people. We got past that. We were really nice. Actually, my bedmate, she was Islam. We shared the bed. Some of the best memories that I have of my university days is actually with them. So yeah. Okay. Also, when we get past the Christian thing, when you look at religion in general, and I'm not even going to be criticizing Islam, it's like, okay, what type of God tells a man to get married to 4 women, but a woman is supposed to remain faithful to this guy who have 4 women? Okay, what type of God communicates that type of stuff? It's like it's like religion is supposed, sometimes you think about it, is like you can only believe in this stuff 100% if you maybe quote unquote act dumb or something, or pretend to be a fool. I don't know. Let me know. We are just speaking out loud, okay? And these days I'm not afraid to speak my thoughts. Okay, like felt his presence through the Holy Spirit, or seen his work in your life. Hope that's right. Yeah. Yeah, which okay. So growing up, okay, for me always my stories goes back to growing up, okay? So growing up, when I was in primary school, I got to a point where, like, I just wanted to pass my exams, okay? I just needed, okay? It's not like I needed to go to a boarding school, because that's the only place that I felt like my dreams could be nurtured. That's the only place that I could get off of, the life that we are living at home and stuff. So I was playing it. I used to pray as I walked to school. I was at that point I'm a kid. I'm just talking to God. Okay, that song of like, he was just talking to Jesus. I was doing that, and I would cry. God. Looking back, I'm like, I was just a kid, but I was going through a lot that I would pray and cry. But I kind of felt like God helped me through that. I went to high school and university. So honestly, I feel like if that's what you call a personal encounter with God, I think I have. But yeah. Guys, you better like the live stream. You better like the live stream and share. You guys share on your Instagram. Share anywhere. Uh, God is in control says it's very strict and oppressive. I've studied the Bible and Quran, and they are very, very different. Not saying they are bad Muslim, but you see a pattern around the world. Okay, okay. Yeah, I don't believe that the Bible is 100% like a saint or something. I feel like there's lots of things that get misused or twisted and turned just to favor the especially we have to agree that most of these religions are patriarchal in nature. Okay, they favor the man when like oppressing the woman, so we have to agree on that, right? Because if we agree on that, then we can be able to move on from that. Okay, but because I felt like the Bible have been used, twisted and turned to oppress women when it comes to relationship. Oh my god, the woman should surrender, the woman should submit. Okay, there's no problem with submitting, but it's like, oh my god, you're not gonna sit on me and then, oh, the woman should submit. That's not gonna happen. Never gonna happen. It's not happening. Yeah, never going to happen. So I don't find the Bible to be 100% like, oh, I feel like those men who wrote it sneaked in a few verses in there. God is in control says, I found the Bible to be the truth, and there's evidence of history in the Bible. Okay, but do you think that is like the perfect one? Okay, do you feel like you could criticize the Quran without talking about the Bible? Married in church, on to go to church, and your husband do good. Okay, and that husband would, if no, mine. Let me tell you, my submission have terms. Okay, no, we are not gonna sugarcoat here. The submission should have terms. Okay, because if you're expecting your woman to submit, okay, you also should be respectful. You also should be loving. Okay, but we only read one thing. God is in control says, well, Christianity builds up women and protects them. Have you studied the Bible enough to know what I mean? Yeah, I wouldn't say that I've studied the Bible, like, studied, but at least I would say that I have a clue. It is perfect. Okay, but do you think that that some churches or some people use the Bible to manipulate others? For example, don't you feel like the Bible have been used over and over again, especially in patriarchal societies, to manipulate women, to tell women to stay in situations where they are being abused, Yeah, but I know I always go back to that. There's some of you who have told me to heal. But maybe I heal by talking about my experiences. You're talking about the verse, women submit yourselves to your husband, and husbands look after your wife like Jesus looks after his own, not submit like you think men and women are equal. Okay, and see, that's the actually, thank you so much, because you outlined the whole thing. Okay, you outlined the whole thing. But see, uh most people, they don't read that part. Okay, especially men who are preaching it, they just read, and women submit to your husband. So, and then they give this illusion to the husbands, especially those who don't like reading, like, oh, you can just be controlling, you can just have your person submit. God is in control says people can use it out of context, and that's when it's bad. Okay, thank you so much. At least we agree on something. That's the whole point. That's what I've been talking about this whole time. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. CJ, you're just laughing. I gotta say something. I gotta say something. Okay, I know you don't like talking about religious topics, but he's like, no, 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 no. Yeah, my submission have terms, to be really honest. But I don't know why I'm so stubborn. I think I'm stubborn because I grew up seeing women going through a lot, especially in my village. I can count for you women that I know in person, not on Gazette or something, not online. I can count women that I've seen with my own eyes getting abused and they stay in this situation. So, so it's like, and I know you all tell me, oh, boy, you need to heal. Oh God, I think if I have not healed by now, I will never. Okay, God is in control. Says you can even use a quote out of context. And yes, I agree. Over here, the women have the choice from a young age, and Bible is preached on the whole truth. But I know because over there, men control. Yeah, patriarchal societies. Thank you so much. You know what? I do have a very tough time, especially with this topic. I usually actually avoid this topic on the channel, or anything to do with patriarchy, anything to do with men, because men in here really get defensive. CJ says, YouTube hid my comment again. I was replying to the weird Google search question. You know what? Refresh. Try to refresh. Try to refresh. I really want to know what you are searching. What you are talking about, though. God is in control. Ask me if I'm Christian. And I said yes, but with a bunch of rules. Like why I stopped going to church and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's what we are talking about. You know what? I really want to see your weird Google search question. Can you please refresh if you don't mind? Refresh. Oh my. Okay. I'm laughing because I thought that I would get off of this channel. But honestly, I'm energized. Okay, this live stream is usually supposed to last 3 hours. I was getting tired at 1 hour 30 minutes, but I didn't know how we got here. Okay, I'm trying. Maybe I'm waiting for you to refresh the question. Oh God, I wish YouTube was not that sensitive. Keishan says, to be a Christian, you cannot have boyfriend. You and your man don't get married to sleep in bed in the house. Okay. Oh, you shouldn't. You shouldn't be. You mean you shouldn't be intimate? You mean you shouldn't be intimate before marriage? How many people are accomplishing that? Okay, if you're Christian and you waited until marriage, raise your hand. If you're Christian and you waited until marriage, raise your hand. Let's go. Yes. Yes, no hugging, kissing. Okay, did you all wait until marriage? Okay. And for those of you who waited until marriage, at what age did you get married? Because some of you say that you waited until marriage and then you got married at exactly at 18. What's that in the Bible? What's that in the Bible? Oh, where is that in the Bible? Oh, where is that in the Bible? I think there's a place where they talk about chastity, right? Chastity and purity. Or is this something that's just being pushed? And maybe mostly to benefit men. We always talk about, oh, the woman has to be we always talk about the woman she has to be like a virgin. But you know what? Nobody talks about what the man has to be, okay? What is it always about the woman? Yes, but I am single now. You waited until but you're single now, okay? But see, you didn't wait until marriage. This is how are we gonna get married if you engage? Make it make sense. Oh God, yo guys. Oh Lord. Okay. Okay, let me know if you waited until marriage, CJ. Raise your hand if you waited until marriage. Elder3 says, I'm gonna wait. You're gonna wait? That's okay. That's okay. Good luck on waiting. Good luck on waiting. To be really honest, okay, I wouldn't mind the waiting, but I just don't regret the decisions that I've made in my life so far. Because the truth is like, no, it's like experience is the best teacher, right? Not to mention, you could be waiting for somebody who is out there being a slut or whatever, No, Not waiting for me. But celibacy, count me in. Count me in celibacy. I think I am most, what is it called? I feel cleansed, or I feel more focused when I'm not involving myself. Okay. Yeah. Count me. But see, that's okay. When you talk about celibacy, do you count touching yourself? I'm just asking. Solo Travis says, what are you talking about today? Oh, got a bunch of stuff. For example, we were talking about how the Bible is altered, how religion sometimes can be misused, and not to mention people asking me if I'm Christian, because I kind of usually give the energy of like, not sure, nobody is sure of what religion I have. God is in control says I removed it, but like for women, they're supposed to be quiet, not drive, read while the men sit around or drink. The woman do the hard work and cook even while pregnant. That's not right. Okay, especially that part that like you can't even help around the house with nothing. It's like you're almost like a demon that have been sent to destroy this woman. Okay, and the whole thing of like just sitting back, just sitting back, and there's no problem with serving your husband, but it's like, oh God, heck no. I'm definitely not waiting. I knew it. Oh God. I've had a cold for several days now. Oh God. Let me go and cough and then I'll be right back. Okay. My lips are dry. Would you like to know where the devil came from? Okay, tell me about it. Here it's not like that. The men do the hard work and take care of the woman, okay? CJ says, you seem very conservative. You seem like the type who would want to go to church on the first date. Huh? Okay, if you say so. You still under the weather? Yeah, I am. I don't know. It just feels so nice when you all care about stuff like that. Let me tell you, that cold, yeah, it was. But I think I'm going to recover now that I'm in a more warmer place. That's definitely a cultural thing there. We are raised here to lift up, not control the woman. That's what the Bible teaches. Keishan says, I'm a Christian man, but I want to do something good. Okay. How about the but? Oh, but you want to do something good? What does that mean? Does that mean that you're not gonna be controlling? Oh, CJ. You all like to see me blushing on this channel. I hate to see Womboy under the weather. I hope you feel better. Thank you. Thank you. Ellie, this is, why is YouTube hiding my comments? I didn't anything bad. Okay. Refresh. Refresh. CJ, I'm still waiting for your comment. Weird thing that you've Googled. Okay. Actually, to be really honest, if I came on when like I was really having a bad one, I know some of you would be like, oh my God, boy, what's wrong? So Travis says God already had a family of angels. One of the three fell. Instantly when that happened, a new principality is manifested, a new nature. Mm-hmm. Okay. And what are you all watching on Netflix? So the embodiment of fallen angels is what he is and the new spirit of sin. Let me tell you, this month, okay, this month I've really been like, it's like being sent. Okay, I like saying that maybe out of habit. I was gonna say, it's like this month was sent by the devil to like destroy me. I've been going through, honestly, I can't even believe that today is just the 12th, or is it the 11th? Wow, how is it the 13th already? I thought today was the 11th. I can't believe that is we are not even half the month. I've gone through a lot this month. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? I just choose to be happy. I choose to keep showing up for whatever reason. You know what, you guys? Actually keep supporting me. And thank you for everybody who've supported me in any way when it comes to this journey. Thank you so much to everybody who support me in any way, not to mention watching, uh, any type of thing that you do on here. It's really appreciated. Mm, uh-huh. Yeah, and they are the ones who run the world. Doesn't take much to see the rich, powerful people are very corrupt and evil. Yeah. Okay, for example, okay, and maybe I shouldn't mention names, but I have seen leaders who've become great, who have had held honorable seats just because they came in the name of the Lord. Yeah, so, and is in that same way, isn't it the way Africa was colonized? Oh God. Yeah, today after this, maybe probably, or before I go to sleep, I'll put up a post and you guys can leave something under that post where like you can let me know what you'd like to talk about in the next one. What are some of the things that you'd like to see us talking about? I like, one of the things that I like about my live stream is like I read almost everybody's comment. So I'm gonna put the thing there and you all can leave your comments down there. Yeah, but one day it will be solved. Okay, God is in control. Yeah, exactly. Deception goes deep. Mankind is in a fallen nature. Evil comes very easy, but doing what's right is the hard part. Okay. CJ says, I'll be glad when you get monetized so I can hit the super chat. Oh God, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait already. But honestly, like, to be really honest, last month, what was last month? July. Oh my God. Most of you did support me in so many ways. Oh God, to be really honest, especially with YouTube changing their monetization feature, I'm really scared. You guys, you'd rather support me right now. Okay. So by watching or whatever you wanna support. What if I told you mankind is lower? Okay, you know what? I just don't want to hear about the Saturn anymore. I just love me some boy. Oh, that's really nice. Be a Christian, you cannot have sex with no girlfriend who is not your wife. Oh God, I guess I'm not a Christian now. I think we all have. Okay, you wanna tell me that you've not done that? I think we all have done that in different levels, right? That's the reason why I can judge people, because we judge others for sinning differently. Okay, let's say you didn't have sex before marriage, but you know what? Let's say you gossiped. You hated somebody for absolutely no reason. Okay. God is in control. Says solo. I don't believe it, because we humans are the only ones who can be forgiven. No other creature had our rights. Okay. Oh, okay. You're texting. Oh, you okay? Okay, I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. CJ says, how many watch hours you get when it says that? Okay, this the one where like you guys can join memberships and like the super chats. I think it's like 1,200 or something. But honestly, I can achieve that if I log in. Yeah, I think it's like 1,000. Yeah, 1,000 or something. Yeah, but you know what? Um, but you know what? You all can support me in many other ways. I have all the details up there on my channel. But I think for me, it's all about showing up. So I'm gonna keep doing this until I feel like, you know what? No more one boy. uh, but yes, but you're not a Christian. I'm not. I did not say that I'm not a Christian. I just said like the fact that I question does not make me not Christian enough, does it? Nikki says God is just the same of the blanket. People throw over a mystery to give it shape. Okay, so you don't believe in God, Nikki? Okay, so it says God is in before I formed the belly, I knew thee. CJ says I'm gonna send you your first super chat. I can't wait. Okay, can't wait either. Yeah. Excited. Okay, honestly, yeah, actually, as I said, like for me it's all about locking in, so whatever that takes. Okay, god, I can't wait to feel, you know what I'm feeling right now. I am feeling like my throat like somebody is just inside my throat pinching me. That's how I'm feeling. Nikki says somehow. Oh, you don't believe in God somehow. What is your explanation? Okay, so you feel like religion is like something that people use to cover up more mess. Okay, now we use this. I don't know if you guys have this in the US and maybe in Europe. Is Menthol Plus. It's like a thing that you can use for a cold. You should eat raw ginger for throat. Just you. Oh, just you? Okay, I'm gonna. And I know ginger works, but I didn't know you can chew. Oh, it's not the most comfortable thing to do. But you know what? I'm gonna get some tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so I just apply like this for my throat. Throatosis. Oh. Oh my god, I could just hang up with you guys. I could just hang up. To be really honest, sometimes I use this channel to run away from my real life. God, especially this month, I've been going through a lot. Going through a lot. And then I can just come here and feel like I'm talking to people. Let us make money in our image means a secondary body, flesh, spoken among God and the angels who did not fall to fix the problem. Oh god, I can't argue about the devil, to be really honest. Nikki says, when someone asks me if I believe in God, I ask them which one. Who? Okay, tell us the different ones that are there. Okay, honestly, right now I know better than to judge people because they don't believe. Because I saw something that really changed my life. Not changed my life. I think that's something that we really like to say when we want to act or deepen stuff, you know. But I saw something that really struck me. Okay, the thing was saying, so this woman, okay, her mother, is it her mother or husband, but whatever, I think it was her husband, but I think it was mother. Okay, this person was battling through a disease. Okay, and this girl, she was really a believer. Okay, she had faith. Okay, and then she was just over there praying, oh god, please do not take this person. Let me go with husband. So let's say it was her husband. She was praying, god, please don't take my husband, please don't take my husband, and I know you're god, I have faith in you, I trust in you, and I know you're not gonna take my husband. Okay, you're gonna give them a chance to be here for our children. You know, this woman, she was praying. Okay, and she was brought up as a believer, so she believed, okay? And then the husband passed away, and that's when the curtains fell. She stopped believing, because it's like, and see, when it comes to the religion, she's gonna be told it was God's plan. God gave them life, and then God takes them away, okay? But then she's like, aren't you the same person who says, let's pray? When you pray, your prayers shall be heard. It's like, why didn't you listen to me this time round? Okay, you've heard me on other little things, but why didn't you listen to me this time? And she just said she stopped believing, okay? What would I do? Judge her or what? What could you do? God is in control, says marriage is a good thing. It keeps family structure. Look at all the fatherless households that are chaotic. And also, if people could have more control, it would prevent STDs. Okay. Okay, marriage prevents STDs. Honestly, to be really honest, one of the things that I think about when it comes to relationships, when you're in a relationship, hoping both of you guys are being faithful to each other, it's like that thing of like always wondering, am I getting sick? Was I careful enough the last time? You don't have to deal with that. Okay? Even when you think about, let's say, being in a relationship, and then let's say the relationship, the thought of you, or the thought of maybe having somebody else see you like that is really, at least for me, I cannot fathom. It's like, oh God, now you're gonna start the whole thing. Not to mention the insecurities that you feel at first. Okay. But I think there are households with no fathers that are not chaotic. The God of Abraham. Nikki says Zeus, Anubis, Odin, Hades, Athena, Apollo. Ooh. Okay, now you're just talking about a bunch of stuff that I don't know. Are these all these these are names that belongs to God. God is in control. Sometimes prayers aren't answered. God will is different than ours. Just because we ask doesn't mean he has to. He's not a okay. Ooh, interesting. Albert 3 says, trust me, I prayed for something for, I think, over 2 to 3 days for it to be good, but instead it was the opposite, but still praying for it. Okay. And also, somebody else said that the moment they don't pray about something and they just don't give a, and they just don't give a fuck, or sorry for the language. So somebody says that when they let go and they stop thinking about something, that's when it happens. But when they're stressing about it, praying about it, it never happens. Maybe these are things that shape how people think. uh you know these are the names of other gods. Okay, which god do you believe in? This, as the saying goes, things happen in God's timing, not ours. Whew. Okay. Yeah, that's deep. Honestly, right now I realize anything can be deep as far as you want it to. Okay, anything can be deep as far as you want it to be deep. But wow, interesting. Yeah, you know, there's a song that says, "Let your will be done." False gods to Nikki, fallen angels throughout history with no validity, gods with little g. Okay. But it makes me question though, do you have the story of Job? Yeah, I think I have heard the story of Job. But see, guys, like for example, what you're saying. Okay, I used to think that like if I type, or like when I write God in small g, I feel like I was offended. Like I was doing a crime, because that's how we were taught. You cannot write God in a small letter. Okay, but you know what, some of these intimidations, because sometimes you forget and you write the small letter. Okay, but see, it's these small things like that like you are like, oh, interesting. So there are other gods, hashtag too. Okay. Oh god, I think I'm not the best person to talk about gods or what not. Yeah, I am not the best person to talk about gods and whatnot. I don't think I'm the best to talk about that. But you know what? I'm always here to listen. So sometimes I talk, sometimes I listen, you know. Let me listen. Let me listen. Wow. Just to think that I was gonna end the live stream at 1 hour ago and we are still here is really interesting. But I like it. I like it. Yay. God looks at your heart. Even if you curse his name, he will forgive you. How to know the truth is simply know your Bible. All of the questions are there. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. But see, there's another question that I want to ask. Okay. If you're Islam, does that mean that people who are Christians do not know God? Okay. If you're Christian, does that mean Buddhist, Hindus, and all of these other uh, and all of these other religions, does that mean that they are not good people? Okay, does not mean that they are not good people. That's where for me it contradicts, because I'm being taught that this is the only way, and it's the truth. Okay, and then for me, especially for somebody like me who have a friend who is Islam and I have lived with her, she's just a person like I am. It's just she's just Muslim. Okay, and having those two conflict is really interesting. CJ says, I thought you weren't a big fan of the Bible. It's like, okay, first of all, I have said before, for me, it's all about the whole church thing, okay? The whole church thing and the traumas that I have and all of that, okay? For me, I stopped going to church. I do not go to church up to date, and I don't think I ever will, unless, I don't know. But I don't think I'll ever step again into a church, but I'll always pray and I'll always believe and stuff. But it's like I do a lot of questioning, I do a lot of questioning when it comes to this and that, I do a lot of questioning. So it's like, I don't know. You see, one boy, God used me to help you understand things. Okay. And I appreciate telling me that God is real because the Bible says so, is like telling me a Spider-Man is real because a comic book says so. Wow. Nikki, that just shows how little you've studied anything. That's the oldest argument in the world. Okay. I'm not arguing, I was stating till you intervened. Okay. Oh my god, you guys. Okay. CJ, usually don't talk about the Bible, do you? Okay. Yeah. I don't know. To be really honest, the future of like religions is really almost doomed. Most people are choosing not to. And to be really honest, for some of us Africans who like religion was brought to us and it was used even to colonize us, it's really hard seeing the colonizers and the people who brought religion to us seeing that they are not following anymore or they are not believers anymore. It's really a hard pill to swallow, because it's like, then what? Why would you bring something to me? Why would you introduce something to me and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, not a good idea, I'm leaving it? Why would you do that? Like, that does not make an ounce of sense to me. No problem, nothing wrong with questioning God or even the Bible. It's actually in the Bible to question everything. Yeah, to think about, why am I believing in this? Because I feel like most of us have inherited beliefs in religion. That's why some of us are tribalist. That's why some of us are racist. That's why some of us, because you don't even get to question. Okay, you just grow up and then you're told, oh, we're supposed to hate this person. Okay, we're supposed to hate this and hate that. We just take on that. History is dark. Every nation has done evil. Okay, oh god, but the evil that was done to Africans is really unfathomable. Is it unfathomable? Fathom Oh god, heck no. And fathom. Oh god, oh, that's where my English dies out, and woo, we don't have a channel anymore. Unfathomable. Oh god, how do you say that? unfathomable. I think that's supposed to be it. Okay, but yeah, especially like somebody coming and manipulating you with the Bible is really like the last thing that you want to think about. Somebody coming and intimidating you with, oh, the Lord will take you, unfathomable. Why do I feel like I'm pronouncing it the wrong way? I have a question. Ask, like I said, mankind is in a fallen state. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, for some of us, when we look at that history, or when we study, even there are books that have been written by people who went through these things. It's like you're like, where was humanity? Okay. Why would you do that to another human? Even though they don't look like you, even though they don't have the same features like you, why would you do that? Okay. Why would you do that? But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I find it really interesting, because when we talk about why we are not following, let's say you say because that's not what my forefathers were doing, it's like, oh God, they didn't know the truth. But these people are believers. Okay, they worshipped the nature, trees. They believed in God, but they would get to God through things. For example, the Kikuyu people would get to God through Mugumo tree, where they would just pray under it, and almost every tribe, every African tribe have their own way of they had their own way of getting to God, and they had their own names for their God. Nikki says, if you are made from the image and likeness of God, yet we are imperfect, does that mean God is imperfect? Okay, let's see the believers, what the believers will say. I think I'm not the best person to answer these type of questions. Or does logic stop when it comes to God? Oh God, that's a hard one. That's a hard question. Okay, let me see what you all have to say, because I think that's a hard question. A really hard one, a hard question. Breathe in out. That's why we need a savior. Jesus is the only figure to claim to be the Son of God, and also choose to die by his own creation as a sacrifice for sins. He did the work already. Okay. Okay. There's a question. This is a question from Nikki. I don't know if anyone knows the answer or what. Yeah. Yeah, to think about, today was just supposed to be like a day that I get back is really interesting. I like it. I say I like it like that. And where do those over 30 have their comments? No, you can just comment there. What would you advise? What would you advise people who are under their 30s? What would you say they should aim to having by 30? Or let's say you can tell us your version. You can reference to you. You know what, you guys, you're actually the host here. Okay, refresh the question to your own. What's one thing you want to accomplish by 30? Or what's one thing you wish you had accomplished by 30? Or what's one thing you wish you didn't have the pressure to accomplish by 30? These questions can go either way. Okay, and actually now we're gonna start winding up, but I know somebody is typing or people are typing. So let me sit still. Let me sit still and wait. Sit still and wait. Oh God, interesting. Interestingly. No answer. I think no answer. But I told you from the go, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think the answer is that's why we need a savior. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Okay. So, and actually, guys, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribe, guys. When you're sitting around, just play my videos. For some reason, just play them. Leave a comment. I appreciate every one of you so much, guys. We are actually winding up. I don't know if anyone is typing. Let me give you like 2 minutes or something. If anyone is typing. Oh God, today have been such a nice one. And to think that like I've been going through, or even today have been already a lot, and I still streamed. Is really, especially twice, is really like, yeah, yes, one boy. I'm very passionate about my faith in Jesus. He saves my life. I've seen demons, and I tell you, everything is much more spiritual than we think. Okay, okay. Thank you for sharing about your faith. Okay, I hope to get to a place. I hope to get to a place where like I can be that strong. You know, I kind of feel like being in the wrong places messed me up. Um, Messed me up when it came to religion. But maybe if I focus on my own religion, or like if I focus on like believing as a person, not necessarily the whole church thing, because I feel like, especially out here, the church thing is a scam. Logic is irrelevant, it's subjective. To a bad, logic is laying eggs and eating. Okay. Wow. 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 I think that's it right there. That's it right there. Oh my God. Somebody write that somewhere on a shirt. Keshan says, God bless you and your husband. And your... Oh my God. First of all, I do not have a baby. And most importantly, I'm not married. Okay. But thank you so much for tuning in. And that answer does not answer your question. God is in control says it's on. I've studied this and I've been through hell on earth. I'm always willing to talk about it. Okay, okay. Oh, you're always willing. Okay, I like when it's like you're not forcing people to share information. It's like they're willing to share, because actually, to be really honest, these comments, I feel like there are people who are in here, they are not brave enough to comment, but they are reading. Okay, and this could take somebody's life either way, you know, left, right, center, you know. It could yeah, you could write something that can change somebody's life. You could write something that can make uh you could write something that uh yeah, so yeah, thank you for sharing, thank you for sharing. I always appreciate myself for sharing, because I don't know who is reading. You will have kids for your husband? No, God, no, thank you. I don't want them. I don't want children. Yeah, I just don't think it's my calling. I don't think that's what I want to do. So logic is irrelevant when it comes to God. Okay, I like very deep conversations about life, afterlife struggles, etc. Also enjoy helping others and counseling. Okay, I think you're in the right place. We, but you know what? I honestly, I need 10 people like you who want to talk about deep stuff, because some people think that I'm so deep here, or like there's never a shallow moment in my life, you know. So I think you're in the right place, because I'll after like you know, maybe we talked about afterlife in one of the other live streams. So I was saying sometimes I usually think that like when the body dies, that's it. At some point I don't like that. When the body dies, that's it. So yeah, so like yeah, God is in control. No, I'm just saying, do you know the definition of logic? Oh, oh, you're asking that person. User says the size, but okay, I don't know what are you talking about. Is it height? Is it the size of the door, or what are you talking about? God is in control, but it's also good to have fun and talk about random stuff. Yeah, talk about daft stuff. Sometimes I think it's nice also, because you know what, you're just living in this loop of like extremely serious stuff. You know, life can catch up with you. Okay. Oh Lord, have mercy on one boy. You have Snapchat? No, I do not. I don't have Snapchat. Yeah, I mostly like delete. I mostly, when I got these phones, I just kind of like cut most of the apps out. Nikki says, of course I know. That's why in Christianity there's no logic. Does it matter? Okay, what are you talking about? Size of the door? What are you talking about? We Texans know how to party. Okay. Okay. Describe a party. What does it include? Is it drinks? Because I can tell you for sure, Kenyans know how to party. Kenyans can party. Oh God, I miss being outside. Nikki says actually most religions. Okay, that's your opinion, and opinion changes. Nothing can, not even facts. Just like some people say a woman can become a man, opinion, but not, they are still female biologically. Okay. Ooh, what up, little mama? Little, how are you doing? Oh my God, I have missed you guys on the channel. How is the going? Okay. And the truth is, I said this several times when like I was talking about the fact that I don't want children, and people were telling me, "Oh my God, you should have." And I said, "You know what? Let me tell you one thing. Okay, I'm allowed to change my mind whenever. Okay, but this time I just don't want children. I don't think I'll ever want them. If that changes down the line, I'll let you know. But because honestly, the people with children, we will be advertising the whole children idea to you. So this is the child. The child is like, yeah, 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 yeah. You should have children. It's a really nice thing. Well, they're just there struggling. Oh yeah, and I really like children. Okay, I like my nieces. They are really nice. But I just want when it's other people's children. I don't think. Oh, I just don't want to have that level of responsibility when it comes to a human being. I think that's too much. Are you sure you want to talk about facts in religion? Okay. Denzel, Ali, how have you been for the past 1 week? Okay, I think time is an illusion when it comes to me. So but it's cold there in Kenya, right? That's crazy. I thought it would be hot outside. Okay, and it's really interesting. It's really interesting because most people feel like Africa is supposed to be hot and stuff. I tell people the only time that I've ever experienced like heat, uncontrollable heat, was when I moved to this place in Kisumu. It was really hot, so hot. That place was hot. It was dry, almost no food. But the other time that I've experienced heat is Mombasa. But in Mombasa, there's humidity, so you don't get to focus on that type of heat. Otherwise, where I grew up, my hometown is really cold. Out here is really, yeah. Out here is just really nice, not cold, not hot. Funny how you're using science to prove points. Okay, I hope you're not talking to me because I've not used science in any way. Denzel says, I've been good. Happy September is around the corner. Why September? That's so specific. August, September. Oh my God. The year is just moving. Oh God. Wow. September is around the corner. We need to lock in. We need to lock in. For whatever reason, it will be cool weather. Okay. Oh God. You know what? I can't wait to have your problems. The heat is really annoying. I couldn't believe there's snow on top of the mountains in Uganda. It's hotter here in Texas than Uganda, but Uganda was still pretty hot. Okay. The type of heat that we experience here is like a type of like direct heat. Yeah, but wow. Just if to travel, to travel is to know that like it's not all Africa that is just hot and stuff. Okay, all of these, some of these things are just superstitions. Just like I said, for example, in the US there are places where like it's really cold, and other places is a desert. It's just the same theory. There are places where like the land is really fertile and can be cultivated, while other places is stones. Okay, it's 80 degrees yearly in Uganda. You've been to Uganda before? Okay, have you been to Uganda before? I feel like most people make assumptions about African countries. We get like semi cold weather here for 3 months, but no snow. I much prefer warm or hot weather, sunlight and palm trees like here. Okay, how about the air conditioning? Isn't that like expensive? I look at the weather apps. Oh, wow. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I lived up north near New York. It's very cold and snowy half of the year. I hated I hated snow. CJ says, yes, America is a very broad place. We have all seasons around the continent. All seasons. I love America, okay? Okay, would you want to be American in the next life? I bet you would. You love America. Okay, to be really honest, I don't know. I want to experience the seasons. I've never experienced it. I want to experience the seasons so bad, like all of them, and I want to make my own judgment when it comes to that. But pretty much, I think we have good weather out here. you know. Oh yeah, everyone here, everyone business, every car has AC. It's not expensive at all. Okay. Oh, it does not consume lots of electricity. I was thinking about buying like a space heater for our home in Nyahururu, where I was at, where I caught the cold. Because let me tell you, in that room it's really cold. I was thinking about buying the space heater, but I did my research and I found out that it consumes a lot of power. So I was like, woo, I'd rather be cold. Or maybe I'd rather use like a barbecue pit to heat the house. Yes, America has it all, honestly. Jungles, rainforest, forest, mountains, hill country, prairies, deserts, beaches, lakes, and all types of animals. Okay. I also think Africa have all of that. And I know it's not a competition, but to be really honest, I think we do. We have desert, we have the Sahara Desert, we have beaches, for example, in Mombasa, we have Ireland, Madagascar, okay. Uh, we have South Africa. Actually, South Africa, they have seasons. They have summer, winter, and stuff. North Africa, so I think we have all of that. And even when it comes to Kenya as a country, we do have all of that. We have beach, we have lakes, we have uh we have all of these things. Okay, CJ says your fiance ain't serious enough. I'm trying to get you over here. So is sarcasm and jealous? Yes, I'm hating on your fiance. Oh Lord. Yeah, Africa is beautiful. I really loved it. Even just Uganda had a really diverse landscape and also diverse people, to be really honest. Diverse people. Okay, I don't know. Honestly, one of the things that I'm afraid when it comes to moving to another country, I am terrified. I'm terrified when it comes to moving to another country. It just seems like such a permanent decision to make. Yeah, seems like a very permanent decision to make. But I think there's always a flight back home. But what if you're not able to? Yeah. So when it comes to moving abroad, I think he's advertised and like everybody's like, oh, I want to move abroad, But when it comes to the reality, yes, you're gonna make money, okay? Yes, you're gonna help out at home. But it's like, the loneliness. I already feel lonely where I stay at because I almost I almost don't know people. It's like now and then you're just missing to be around people that you know. I'd love to live there half a year, honestly. Looking to buy a house there one day, hopefully next year. The food was amazing too. Everyone grows fresh food and goat and beef was good, okay. And having a Ugandan wife also is helpful. I think it will also be helpful in the process of buying the property, and maybe even in the settling. Okay, would you move from Texas to Uganda, like permanent? Would you make that move, like permanent move? Okay, honestly, so when I see some people moving from like first world countries to uh okay, when it comes to like moving from first world country to third world country, and I know for most people they do it for the when you convert the money to that country's currency, you have some good money. But it's like I just wonder, okay, okay, if it's retirement, you're not looking to get employed, that's one thing. But it's like most people out here are trying to get themselves out there for the opportunities. God is in control. Says, one boy, please take my advice. Before you move somewhere, visit first. But it's not always possible, okay? Because, for example, if you want to move to, for example, the US, uh, okay, there for most people, the circumstances, you can only, let's say, only go there on 2 visas, okay? When you try the visitors visas, let's say they are denying, maybe because in you don't have enough proof that you're gonna get back. Actually, that's actually a reason to deny the visa. Another one is like, let's say they don't think that you're gonna be able to provide for yourself for the time that you're gonna be there, you know, all of these factors. So most people, I think most people move blindly. It's like, oh, great point, you should visit the place before you move. Okay, but how do you visit when it's like almost impossible? Okay. Yeah, but honestly, to be really honest, I feel like, have you actually been to America yet? No. I feel like people with like stronger passports get to have that privilege of just picking up and going to visit a place and surveying it. Okay, but people who do not have the strong passports is like, oh god, you just have to hope that you're gonna love the place. You have to hope that, yeah. And then what will happen, you stay there 3 months. I don't think 3 months is a good time to like judge. How is it possible all you need is a passport and flight? It's actually very simple. No! Okay, but see, you're talking from a point of privilege. You're talking from a point of privilege and from an American perspective. You know what? You just need to pick up your American passport and that's it. You can get anywhere. You can actually get visas on arrival in some places. I think right now to come to Kenya, you need a visa to show to the airport. Uh, the airport that you're coming from. So but it's like that visa can even take 1 day for you to get it. So yeah, you are talking from a point of privilege. Some of us, you have to like prepare 1 year, wait for the interview, and then that person who is just issuing the visa, they look at you and they're like, oh, this person does not look like they're gonna come back. Denied. God, yes, she's right. It's harder for Africans to go to the US. Each country has different privileges. Yeah, but see, for Europeans and in US, you almost have access to every country. Okay, let me tell you. Thank God that I'm not the president, because honestly, I would make it heck for, for people to even visit. Okay, you would have to go through the same things that others are going through. But thank God that I'm not the president. Denzel Ali says, only way I go to Kenya is to bring back a wife. Okay. CJ says, oh wow, you have to do all that interviews. That's kind of discrimination. Yeah, you have to do all those interviews. Okay, as an American, if you fall in love with a Kenyan and you want to stay in Kenya, you just need to prove that, like, okay, this is my wife or this is my fiance. That's just all you need. And within no time, they're gonna give you access. You can even buy property, maybe mostly after they give you the Kenyan passport. But it's like for us, yeah, it's hard to be okay, it's not hard to be African, but it's like there's a lot of things. I think maybe because they assume that most Africans, when they get to the US or Europe, they are not gonna be willing to come back to Kenya or to African countries. That's what I did, Denzel. My African queen. African women are the most beautiful women on earth, okay? Okay, you all are like bonding over this African wives things. CJ says in America, you just fill out the application at the post office, pay your $146 and go to to take your picture and get passport. Wow. Simple, right? Okay. Simple. Straightforward, right? For us, I think you have to go online, fill the thing, print, book an appointment in Nairobi, and then let's say you've already submitted, and then go over there just for them to deny, let's say. And not to mention, for us, let's say, for example, let's say they charge $200 or 300. That's a lot of money for us, okay? So when they take that money and they don't give it back, when they deny you, they do not give back. Yeah, but maybe mostly in the future or in the nearby days. But see, the more you travel, let's say before you try to go to US or Europe, if you go to Asia, you go to all these other places, they are more likely to give you the visa because they see that like you're more likely to come back home. And honestly, the process of getting my wife's residency was easy, even visas, but of course with a sponsor. Okay. Okay, but you are already married, right? You didn't try to use, like, let's say fiance visa and stuff. You are already married. How many years did it take? Denzel Ali says, wow, well, what is wrong with this thing? Control. Okay. Ama mzungu roughneck. Okay. Hiya. CJ, that should be against the law. Questioning citizens who want to travel abroad. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. And it's a thing. It's a thing. Because they feel like most people will not come back. And maybe they don't want to be responsible for these people when they're out there. Not to mention the deportation and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. But honestly, I can see why people okay, okay, personally I would never do that because, to be really honest, I like my family. I just would never be able to like go away like the way people do, and because when you're in a place illegally, it's like you're never gonna travel back to where you came from unless you get caught. There's just a lot that you lose. I would never be able to do that. So who but see, the few people who do that, they spoil for the whole crowd. So haha. Yeah, yeah. So having you all should be grateful for having an American passport. Okay, you just get to travel. Even with long distance relationship, most probably the person from the US is the one who's gonna be doing a lot of traveling. It's really discrimination. Yeah, I don't know if it's discrimination. It's just the rules that these countries have. Uh, it's just the rules that these persons have. But who wants a bunch of black people in there? I'm just saying. Okay, let me not finish that. Okay, it's like every country have their quota that they want to meet of, like the amount of color that they want, and they just don't want it to be overwhelming. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen people talk about their experience even at the embassy. You just go there, this person just looks at you and they're like, denied. No questions, no nothing. Denied. You just don't look like you're gonna come back. Or maybe you look like you're struggling too much that they know for sure you can't wait to get your leg out of your country. Yeah. Attila, hi, good to see you. Welcome to the live stream. Oh my god. Oh, I ask you, God is in how many years did it take? And my wife experienced a lot of discrimination in Europe. Rude people, but here in USA, not even once. Ooh, wow. Interesting. I guess she's loving it. Okay. What residency did you, or what visa did you get her? Uh, Oh God, I don't own the country, for God's sake. God is in control, says less than a year we weren't even married when we filed for her visa. Oh, K1? You did K1? Oh, wow. I'd hide you one boy, you wouldn't ever have to come back. Hey, oh God. Um, for me, coming back is like mandatory. Attila says, I do live in Europe, but it's because many people are diverse and come from different ethnicities. Okay, interesting. First was work visa 2 year. Oh wow. You know what? And I think that's a good way for, especially if you're not sure, that's a good way to make sure, because I feel like for most people, especially if you want to be in the same roof, you have to get married to somebody that you don't even know, that like if you're compatible, you have not lived together for long periods of time, you don't know how they handle conflict. So wow, the work visa is a really nice one. Wow. Okay, work visa is like she just came without strings attached to you. Okay, it's not like, oh, this is about being a wife and all of that. I feel like that was pretty smart. Okay. Oh my God. Is one boy ever going to be sleeping? I feel like I want to cook some eggs. You can also get married to get a visa, but it can be more fees. Okay. Yeah, and also maybe more time. Not to mention, like, sometimes you have to really be sure. I don't think it's a good thing to get to specifically get married for that. Because it will, what if you get there and you realize it's not what you wanted? Ah, well, boy, I wish you could talk to my wife. She could sell you on the USA. Okay. Tell her about the channel and she can reach out to me. If she doesn't mind, of course. You would enjoy it far more than Europe. Okay. Okay. Oh, maybe I'm yet to experience that, or I'm yet to see. But yeah, wow, that's interesting. I honestly I can't wait to be out there. I like the way you talk about her, to be really honest. Like, oh God, you really need somebody who's that loud about you guys. Women. Women. Oh, oh yeah. So what I want to do is like lock in, okay? So for the next few days, or I don't know what, I'll just be streaming like I have nothing else to do, okay? I'll just lock in. It's true though, I thank God for it, okay? Okay? Because, even, most people laugh, but when it comes to talking about it, it's like a private issue or a private matter. So, haha, yeah. And having that, because I feel like grass is always greener elsewhere for most people. So, having that is really special. Okay. Wow. Now I'm like, at this point, do I go to sleep or what do I do? It's one, for hell's sake. Oh my God. Okay, so what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna end the live stream right here. And just to think that I was gonna end this live stream like at 1 hour 30 minutes and we're at 3 hours is really fascinating. But you know what? Anything for a good time and to have information and stuff like that. Okay, so thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Tomorrow we will do the 3 p.m. and we also now look, we had a great convo. Okay, yes, I usually don't like to rush myself out. It's like when I'm coming here live streaming, I'm usually ready for 1 hour, I'm usually ready for 5 hours. Whatever happens. Okay, but today for some reason I was not having a good day. Not to mention, I'm still having the cold thing going on. But to be really honest, thank you guys for cheering me on, and all of that. You all have yourself a good day. I'll see you all tomorrow. Make sure you can catch up with the videos from the village, guys, not the live stream, the video. Okay, I would really appreciate that. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Have yourself a good day and a good night. Get some green tea with ginger and lemon. Okay, I'm working on it. I'll do that when I wake up. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you all tomorrow. Yeah, yeah. Bye bye. I don't know. What do you say?